Streaming. Okay. Then screen share. Now there are very less students, like more less than 100 are there. See, this is what the type of research process what we left in the last class, and we have discussed up till the process of marketing research process. So today we will talk about four research. This is very similar. So upon research kontu, upon it normal search kontu. So there are four types of methods we have. Type of research is descriptive method, causal method, predictive research, exploratory research. So descriptive research kono, causal research kono, predictive kono.
मैडम टिके नेटवर्क
Sorry.
प्रॉब्लम सुबह होनी मैडम
मैम नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम अछि वॉइस ब्रेक ही जाउजी टोटल
हां मैम वॉइस ब्रेक हो आपनकर आगे आगे मैम
Am I clearly audible, Pilamani?
yes yes
Ebe audible?
yes
Okay, it's a high level of network. I changed my network and it was clear. Okay. So when we're talking about type of research, different type of research, we have four different type of research. Came to the first one, exploratory research. Exploratory research means what do you understand by explore? Explore means something was hidden, we have to, take it out. So this kind of research is, came along with a very little information. And from that little information, you have to, make your research productive. So in this particular research process, some of the research tool have to be implemented because very few research informations you are having, and from that few information research you have to complete your research process. जोठी हमें कहू कि availability of data नहीं, data रो और information रो availability नहीं. It a कोठी हबो basically when the research was purposefully on a new product, on a new theory, on a new concept, complete new concept, complete new theory, complete new things. That information data mileni. But still we want to complete a research. I will cite one example for this, that when in 2020 COVID hits the world, COVID corona, and how it was being spreaded so fastly, where it was first found, एटा अपन को रिसर्च करिकना बाहर करबा को ही 6 मास लागि गला, because it was started from China, and we all know, from the whole of the world know, that China रे कोनोसी प्रकार normal social media is inactive, it was not active. So China भितरे कौन होची, whatever their social life or whatever their social life हो, तांकर scientific life हो, तांकर technological life हो, एटा हमें सेतिकी देखि परिबो जेतिकी चाइनीज गवर्नमेंट चाहिबो. सो जोटा चाइनीज गवर्नमेंट चाहिबनी तार डाटा बाहर को न जाओ, सेटा केबे भी बाहर को आसीबनी, बिकॉज़ देयर इज नो सोशल मीडिया व्हाट वी विल ऑपरेटेड. से सेमती कोनोसी सोशल मीडिया नहीं. तो जेते बेले कोविड
मैडम
हिट्स,
पब्लिक मीडिया पूरा रेस्ट्रिक्शन गवर्नमेंट चाहिए हबो न नहीं
से तो मु कोची चाइना इज वन कंट्री जोटा कंप्लीटली आपण कहि परिबे कि ना वी आर ना पर्टिकुलर कंट्री जोठी कि हम डेमोक्रेसी इज द प्राइम थिंग. आमे कहूछु वी आर अंडर द highest level of democracy. Amaro sabu jinso democratically open. Apano as a general person, you can access to anything which is under the democratic. Semani bhi कहउछन्ति Chinese when it was called Chinese Republic means democracy, but when we're talking about Chinese democracy, no, it was not completely democracy. It was suppressed by the government rules regulations. So thank you. My own cultural disturbance.
मैडम ଆପଣ म्यूट कर दियंतु समस्त
Option. It was less interactive. So
मैडम म्यूट
कौन-सी
कर
भी
दियंतु
ହେଲା ଫାଇନାଲି ରିଭର୍ସ ହେଲା
ମାଡାମ ମୁଁ ମେସେଜ କରିଛି ସୁପ୍ରିୟାକୁ ମ୍ୟୁଟ କରିବା ପାଇଁ
कहीं के म्यूट हो जाएगा. Now I committed to all of you, but it was when the class is less interactive, it was very good for the teachers and students both. Fine. So what do we say? That the Republic word means it was on the highest democracy, but still you can't find any information from the China. So when COVID hits in the 2020, it was a bit of difficult time because very little information was there for the COVID. So the whole world was running behind what is COVID, how to deal with the certain kind of very a kind of a virus which can take the life of millions of people. So same thing we explore kariba with the very little information. It was the very difficult portion. बहुत टाइम रे हमें रिसर्च जेतले करूछु जदी इंफॉर्मेशन कम अछि we that research and we change the product the services because it was taking a kind of a risk towards productivity, towards profit, selling advertisement is risk. But you have to think about taking a chance, taking a risk. Sometimes it was quite beneficial. I explore koruchu was based on hypothetical end products. Hypothesis means assume towards different results with little information, and then with that particular what are expected results information and if the hypothesis is proved, then accepted. If not, rejected. That descriptive it was basically from literature format. Description are available. Description in written, description forms of verbal, description form of but descriptions available. And based on the description, the just a minute, let me again share. I think aji epoटर fluctuate करूची एबे clear अछि मु आपन unmute करछि पिलान को
Yes.
मैम क्लियर अच्छे नेटवर्क मजे मजे प्रॉब्लम होची मैम किछि ये सुबह में मैम
आज मो नॉर्मally नेटवर्क
एबे भी लागुची हां एबे भी मैम लैक
हाँ
करछि
मैम ଏବେ ବି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଆସୁଛି।
but
मैम वॉइस ब्रेक अभी भी हो
place करे
ना मैम एबे भी आपनकर माने होची वॉइस ब्रेक
now tell me, is it clear, visible, माने सुबह जाउची clearly
नहीं
now
मैडम
it is
क्लियर नहीं आ रहा है।
अभी भी क्लियर नहीं आ रहा है।
नहीं आ रहा है, रुक रुक के आ रहा है,
Oh.
कभी सुनाई दे रहा है कभी नहीं सुनाई दे रहा है।
Then what to do, because I have changed my network, then changed my place. Now my network seems as full. क्या करे इसका, तो कुछ और कुछ कर
मैडम
ही
अभी
नहीं
क्लियर आ
सकते।
रहा है।
अभी 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 ठीक आ रहा है मैडम।
Clear आ रहा है?
हाँ
अच्छा, तो फिर we will start, huh? So came to next one, that was descriptive research, and as I have already told you, descriptive research means the informations was described in a various way. Certainly like it was written somewhere, or it was an observation event, or from a particular feedback system. If a mass population is saying something, some slogan and all, that means what? The descriptive research was based on the data available in this kind of a way. Then we have causal marketing research. Causal means cause based. So if there is there is an event came with a cause, जेमती कि आपण काली रो incident नहीं जानतो दिल्ली रो लाल किला रे there is an explosion. So still there are some news is saying it was a planned from a terrorist group. Some are saying no, those the जेमती कि CNG हमरो use हुए दिल्ली रे, तो CNG was blast for a van. So when there is a event, there is something happens, some mishap was there, we try to identify the cost behind that particular mishap. But if you know, jodi news देखुथिबे काली सखळे ही there is a huge number of the arms जेमति कि sorry
एक्सप्लोजिव मिलितला ता पूर्वरु
हाँ काली सखळे ही गोटे huge amount रो explosive materials मिलिथिला. So India have a very strong intelligence system. जदि आपण कहबे इंटेलिजेंस सिस्टम बहुत स्ट्रांग इंटेलिजेंस सिस्टम, एंड आई बिलीव कारण सब बेले हमें न्यूज जते बेले गोटे मिसअप हेई सारे ता परे दी पार्टी अपोजिशन पार्टी देयर आर सम न्यूज चैनल्स से माने आगो को आसी कि ना कंप्लीटली इंफॉर्मेशन दियंती कि ए सब जिंसर कोट ना कोटी आगुरो इंफॉर्मेशंस थाए सरकार को पाखरे, बट कोट ना कोटी गोटे नेग्लिजेंसी जोगु एटा हुए, जेमति कि फुलबामा अटैक रो ता पूर्वरु जो जे चीफ थिले आर्म चीफ थिले से ही आसिकी न्यूज रे गोटे चैनल रे तांकर देइथिले कि from certain days before there is an information came from the intelligence bureau that something will be happen in Kashmir. The activities are saying हमर जो सैटेलाइट अच्छी सैटेलाइट रे भी इंफॉर्मेशन आसे जते बेले किछि अनएथिकल प्रैक्टिसेस हुए. सो एगुडा हला कोन ना वेरी सेंसिटिव मैटर. आउ जेतला आमे रिसर्च कथा कहूछु एठी रिसर्च रा आवश्यकता बहुत अधिका, बिकॉज एगुडा कॉस्ट बेस्ड रिसर्च. कॉज बेस्ड माने जदि किछि आपण इन एप्रोप्रिएट एक्टिविटीज देखुचंती, धर आपणकर जो सैटेलाइट कैच करूची पीओके उपरे जेतले किछि इन एक्टिविटीज देखुचंती, जेतले आपण कोनोसी काम करिवे तले एक्टिविटीज जोर जोर करिवे ना. whenever the activities are speed up, we understood ki something will be happen. Fine. So semti ame kochu jetebele research kara hochi, casual research or cause related research, these are very particularly based on case studies, cause related research. Or jodi apan market re nei janto Mr. X company was producing a Y kind of product and which is somehow fail. Now what is the cost behind that fail of that particular product? Now when you catch the cause, then you might be using the same raw materials, using same innovation, using same technology, you can produce a product which is market effective, market friendly. So it is called cause related research or causal research. Then predictive research. Predictive research kono? Predictive research always based on future hypothesis. Future hypothesis koile kono? Na ame somehow we identify this is going to be happen. If I produce a product, it is going to be accepted in Orissa, it is going to be accepted in West Bengal, and it is going to be accepted nearby in Assam, but it will not accepted in Haryana, it will not accepted in UP, it was not accepted in somehow Rajasthan. So ame gote most probably gote hypothetical trial and error basis re ame market research करू. And जोठी productive हमको लगुची, जोठी output टा हमको productive हबो, सेठी हमें बेसी implementation करू product रा, जोठी non productive बहुत time रे सेठी हमें जाऊ भी नहीं. So this is what called the predictive marketing research or market research. Projection or prediction सहित जीवु. Sometimes predictions are good and sometimes it will give you loss. But if the predictive marketing research was based on truthful facts, tahale apanko marketing research ta successful hobo. Got it? So this is what your unit 2 will be concluded. Ame unit 3 ku jiba.
मैडम टिके आउथरे करे कैजुअल मार्केट रिसर्च आप टिके करे मैम.
Casual market research is all about based on some particular cause. आपण
Yes.
जेतले casual research करूछंती नै जानतो आपण गोटे product टाको launch करिसंती and product was going through on a very fine way and it will give you max productivity, max profit also. But due to COVID in 2022, what will you see that due to COVID the market was closed down, the shops are being closed down, people are not allowed to go out to buy the product and services, so your product was being somehow affected due to the cause of COVID. Now what you will do? आपनकर प्रोडक्शन बहुत अधिक आपण जेहेतु मार्केट रे बहुत डिमांड थिला, आपण बहुत प्रोड्यूस करि दैचंदी, प्रोड्यूस करके आपनको वेयर हाउस रे पड़ीची, इन्वेंटरी रे पड़ीची, इवन इन डिपार्टमेंटल स्टोर रे जिंस पड़ची. नाउ द कोविड हिट्स एंड इट वाज संपूर्ण भाबरे क्लोज डाउन. जे लोक माने बाहर को बाहरी परिबे नाही, आपनको प्रोडक्ट गुडा नष्ट हो, आपण कोन करिवे? आपण ऑनलाइन बिकिबे. फाइन. सो जो
Yes.
लोक आपनकर किणु थिले, एटलीस्ट यू मेंटेन अ डाटाबेस, कारण आजिकली समस्त डाटाबेस मेंटेन करचंती. आपनकर फोन नंबर रखचंती, आपनको आपनको पॉइंट्स ऐड करिबा पई कि आपनको फोन नंबर रखी डाटाबेस रखचंती. फाइन. आपण भी खुशी खुशी रे आपण फोन नंबर दोचंती, कारण आपण पॉइंट्स ऐड होची. धीरे धीरे से पॉइंट्स थ्रू रे आपण जिंस किछि कम रेट रे किणुचंती, किछि अट्रैक्टिव ऑफर्स पाउचंती. समस्तଙ୍କର फोन नंबर अछि आज का डेट रे. इट वाज वेरी ओपन. Now it was a cause based. आपनकर जेतले बंद हे गला, आपण कोन कले सेतिकी लोकनको SMS पठेले जे now our product will be delivered to you at your doorstep. आपण कोन करिवे? आपण आपनकर एई मोबाइल एई लिंक रे हमकु कहिबे जे आपण किनिबा को चाहुछन. Only you have to place a message and you pay when you receive the product, whether you go for the cash and delivery or whether you want to pay through the UPI system. But once you get the product, then you will pay. Now people are happy staying there at their respective places. There is a delivery boy who came and give you whatever you want to, you have been registered through that link. आपनको जिंस दे देला, कारण फर्स्ट ऑनलाइन सिस्टम एते नथिला, but still it was COVID time रो ही ऑनलाइन. what is online platform? ये जो ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म रो एरिना चली सेटा तो कोविड जोगु आसला ना कोविड आपन किछि सिखेला न सिखेला बट ऑनलाइन सिखे देला वर्क
Yes,
फ्रॉम
yes.
होम ऑनलाइन सिस्टम ऑनलाइन पाठ पढ़ीबा ऑनलाइन जिंस किनिबा ऑनलाइन एवरीथिंग इन यू नो ऑनलाइन सिस्टम जोटा कि कोविड बहुत लोगों के जीवन नेला बट गोटे पूरा मास वर्ल्ड को सिखे देला कि ऑनलाइन इज अ प्लेटफॉर्म वेयर you can sit at your respective places and do any kind of work तो आजिकली बहुत मु देखिची लेडीज अछंती जो माने वर्क रु जेतले ब्रेक नौचंती इट वाज नॉट कंप्लीट ब्रेक व्हाट दे आर डूइंग वर्क फ्रॉम होम नहीं जानतु आई एम गोइंग बियॉन्ड द पेपर बियॉन्ड द सिलेबस गोटे लेडी टे तारो धर प्रेगनेंसी पीरियड चलचे और छोट छुआटा बहुत छोट अछि सो once you earn जेतले अर्निंग टा बंद हो जाए बहुत कष्ट सेटा सो लोक आजकल कौन करछंदी ना इफ आई विल टेक अ लीव ऑफ 1 ईयर बिकॉज गोटे छोट छुआ को गोटे वर्ष होला पर्यंत मां माने बाहर कोडी छाडी परंतिनी कि 2 वर्ष सो से जो वर्ष 2 वर्ष रो छुट्टी मु देखछि आगुरु लोक माने पूरा चाकरी छाडी दउथिले वर्ष 2 वर्ष चाकरी छाडी दउथिले पुणी आउथरे रिज्यूम करथिले दैट इज मैक्स फीमेल माने करंती जो मानकर छोट छुआ आजिकली से माने सेटा करू नांती दे विल आस्क द ऑफिस if you need me you give me the work from home and I will sit my respective place and I will do so एगुडा हमें जो रिसर्च कहूछु ना दिस इज कॉल्ड कॉस्ट बेस्ड रिसर्च एगुडा सब कॉज रे आसिला पेन आगुरु जो लेडीज माने थिले से माने कंपलसरी चाकरी छाडू थिले स्कूल टीचर टे ही थाउ कि गोटे ऑफिस गोइंग लेडी ही थाउ से माने कंपलसरी जदी गवर्नमेंट रे अछंती ताले चली जाउथला बट प्राइवेट रे चाकरी छाडू थिले बट नाउ all are doing work from home and on that basis they will make their career successful earning successful and with that they will enjoy their motherhood also this is also cost based बुझियो छी so research कोटे एम्ति टॉपिक ना सेटा अपन को information सबु you know every bit and bit step अपन को लाइफ रो देखबे अपन रिसर्च ही करूचंती आज अपन भाबुचंती कि काली मोर ऑफिस रे लेट ही गेला पहुंचे को तो मु आज कोन करबी सो दैट मो ऑफिस रे जल्दी पहुंच परबो दिस इज आल्सो रिसर्च कारण मोर काली ऑलरेडी हाफ डे पड़ी गेला तो आज जो जो प्रॉब्लम मु फेस करके जाईची रोड रे काली भी मु सेम यू नो प्रॉब्लम फेस करबी सो हाउ टू ओवरकम फ्रॉम दैट मु मोर रूट चेंज करबी मो टाइमिंग रे चेंज करबी मो व्हीकल चेंज करबी या तो व्हाट यू नो एग्जैक्ट व्हाट आई वांट टू और आई विश टू डू सो दैट मोर देरी होबनी so this is also research fine बुझिएला
Yes, ma'am.
Madam, descriptive research again. Can you tell?
descriptive research is a kind of a research जोटा कि गोटे descriptions रो आसुची description माने कोन बुझि दियंतु फर्स्ट हैला जो हमर सब नरेशन गुडा को थाए जो नैरेटिव गुडा को प्रकार नैरेटिव जो गुडा को ऑलरेडी टेस्टेड नैरेटिव माने आपण कहबे कि मु पर्टिकुलरली गोटे प्रोडक्ट नेबी एंड मु सेटा को गोटे यू नो पर्टिकुलर थियोरी थ्रू रे ताको प्रूव करबी दैट थियोरी इज कॉल्ड आपण कहबे मु रिसर्च करबी दैट लोक माने काहे कि बहुत अधिका अपॉर्चुनिटी बेस्ड मार्केटिंग को जानती अपॉर्चुनिटी बेस्ड मार्केटिंग माने कोन जितले बहुत डिस्काउंट आसे बहुत सेल लगे कूपन्स आसे लोक बहुत अधिका सेते बेले जाई कि प्रोडक्ट किनंती फाइन
जेमति फ्लिपकार्ट रे जो ऑफर जो बिग बिलियन ऑफर दैट्स वन एग्जांपल
सुन ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म नुहे इफ यू सी इन ऑनलाइन और ऑफलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म एनी काइंड ऑफ प्लेटफॉर्म आपण देखिबे ऑनलाइन ऑफलाइन सब प्लेटफॉर्म रे लोक माने सब अपॉर्चुनिटी की अपेक्षा करथांती someone wants to buy a car he was you know wait for the Diwali someone wants to buy a iPhone he was or like mobile phone he was waiting for certain kind of offer जेमति कबिया बाली यात्रा लागिची विभिन्न प्रकार ऑफर लोक माने पूरा रश हे कि जानती मु देखे मु प्रति वर्ष बाली यात्रा तो जाई मु आई बिलोंग्स टू कटक सो बाली यात्रा हमर रक्त रे थाए सो हमें तो जिब्बू बट मु ए वर्ष जाई पारुनी तो बहुत बिजी शेड्यूल किंतु हमें बाली यात्रा गले मो मार प्रथम ये थाए रुचि स्टॉल जिबा हमको फ्री ऑफर मिलिबो बिकॉज हमर सब मसला मसली रुचि रो थाए तो हमर किना हबो एथरो मो मां मुह फुले बसछि कि तू एपन तो रेडी ना हो जिबा पे तो हमर केबे आसीबो So this
ହଁ
is what
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ବହୁତ ଖରାପ ଏଇଥରକ ଟିକେ ବାଲିଯାତ୍ରା ଟାଇମିଂ ରେ ହିଁ ପଡିଯାଇଛି କ୍ଲାସେସ୍ ଗୁଡାକ
ପରା
ଯାଇ
ସେଇଆ ତ।
ହଉନି।
ଆମର ତ ଖାଲି କ୍ଲାसेସ୍ ପଡିଛି, ଆମର ତ ଅଫିସ ଚାଲିଛି।
ଓହୋ
କ୍ଲାसेସ୍ ସହିତ ଅଫିସ,
ସେଇଟା ତ ଗୋଟେ
ସାଟର୍ଡେ
ପାର୍ଟ
ଏକ୍ସାମ।
ସବୁ ଚାଲିଛି।
ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ସେଇଥିରେ ଟାଇମ୍ କାଢିକି ଯାଆନ୍ତୁ ଟିକେ ବୁଲି ଆସିବେ।
ଠିକ ଅଛି, ଆପଣ କମ୍ପାନୀ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ, ଯିବା ଆଉ କେତେବେଳେ ଦେଖା ଖାଲି କୁହେ।
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଆମ
ଆମକୁ ତ
ପର୍ବପର୍ବାଣି
ନିଜକୁ ବି ଟାଇମ୍
ଛାଡିବେନି
ମିଳୁନି ଟିକେ।
ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ, ମୋର ଅଫିସ ଟାଇମ ମୁଁ ସକାଳ ଆରାଉଣ୍ଡ 9:30 9:40 ରେ ବାହାରେ, 10:30 ରେ ପହଞ୍ଚିବି। ଦେନ୍ ଆଇ ଲେଫ୍ଟ ଫ୍ରମ୍ ଅଫିସ ଫ୍ରମ୍ 6:30। ମୋର କାମ ହିଁ ସରେନି। ଆପଣ ମାନଙ୍କର ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ କ୍ଲାସଟା ମୁଁ ସେଠୁ ୟୁଟ୍ୟୁବ ଲାଇଭ୍ କରେଇକିନା ବାହାରିବି, या तो फिर इन बिटवीन रास्ताରେ ଠିଆ ହେବି। सो आई रीच्ड एट होम at 7:30 अराउंड। जो ମୋର 6ଟାରୁ 7ଟା ଅଫିସରେ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଥାଏ, ତାକୁ ସାରିକି ଆସେ, ଅଫଲାଇନ୍ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ସାରିକି ଆସେ। ସୋ ଇଟ୍ ୱାଜ୍ ଅଲମୋଷ୍ଟ 9। ଆଉ ତାପରେ ୟୁ ଆର୍ କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟଲି ଏକ୍ସଷ୍ଟେଡ୍। ତାପରେ ଆଉ କୌଣସି କାମ କରିବାକୁ ଇଚ୍ଛା ହିଁ ହବନି, କୋଉଠି ଯିବା କଥା ତ ଛାଡ଼ନ୍ତୁ। ବଟ୍ ସୋ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ୱାଜ୍ ଆମେ ଡେସ୍କ୍ରିପ୍ଟିଭ ରିସର୍ଚ୍ଚରେ ଜଣେ ପଚାରିଥିଲେ, ସେଠି ଥିଲୁ। ଡେସ୍କ୍ରିପ୍ଟିଭ ରିସର୍ଚ୍ଚ ମାନେ କ'ଣ? When we making any kind of research, ଧର ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟଟା ବହୁତ ଅଧିକା ସେଲ୍ ହଉଛି, ତ ଆପଣ କହିବେ କି ମୁଁ ସେ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟ ଉପରେ ଗୋଟେ ରିସର୍ଚ୍ଚ କରିବି। ବଟ୍ that research was based on a model, जो ମଡେଲଟା ଆଗରୁ ଆପ୍ରୁଭଡ୍ ମଡେଲ ଥିବ, ସେଇଟାକୁ ଆମେ କହୁଛୁ ଡେସ୍କ୍ରିପ୍ଟିଭ। କୋଉଠି ଗୋଟେ ଆର୍ଟିକଲରେ ଆପ୍ରୁଭ୍ ହେଇଥିବ, ବଟ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ ଟେଷ୍ଟେଡ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଆପ୍ରୁଭଡ୍, ଦେନ୍ ଓନ୍ଲି ଆପଣ କହିବେ ଏଇଟା ଡେସ୍କ୍ରିପ୍ଟିଭ ଡେସ୍କ୍ରିପସନ୍ସ ଉପରେ ବେସ୍ଡ ହେଇକିନା ଅଛି, या तो फिर ଡେସ୍କ୍ରିପ୍ଟିଭ ମଡେଲକୁ ମୁଁ ନଉଛି। ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆପଣ ରିସର୍ଚ୍ଚ କରିବେ ନା, ଆପଣ ଦେଖିବେ ରିସର୍ଚ୍ଚ କଲାବେଳେ ସବୁଠୁ ବଡ଼ ହର୍ଡେଲ ହେଲା ଗୋଟେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନାରୀ ପ୍ରିପେୟାର କରିବା। ଲୋକଙ୍କୁ କ'ଣ ମୁଁ ପଚାରିବି, ମୋର ରିସର୍ଚ୍ଚର ଯୋଉ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ସ ଗୁଡାକ ମୁଁ କେମିତି ପ୍ରିପେୟାର କରିବି, ସେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ସ ଗୁଡାକ ଆମେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ମଡେଲ୍ସରୁ ନଉ। ସେଇଟା ବି ଆମେ ଡେସ୍କ୍ରିପ୍ଟିଭ ମଡେଲ ବୋଲି କହୁ, ତାକୁ ଡେସ୍କ୍ରିପ୍ଟିଭ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନାରୀ କହୁ। ବିଭିନ୍ନ ମଡେଲରୁ ଆମେ ତାକୁ ନେଇକି ଆମ ଡେସ୍କ୍ରିପସନ୍ସରେ ଆଡ୍ କରୁ। ବୁଝି ହେଉଛି ଯିଏ ପଚାରିଥିଲେ? ଡେସ୍କ୍ରିପ୍ଟିଭ
हाँ मैडम
ରିସର୍ଚ୍ଚ
बुझ
କହିବାକୁ ଗଲେ
बुझ
ଇନଫର୍ମେସନଟା ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ କୌଣସି ଡେସ୍କ୍ରିପସନରୁ ନଉଛୁ, ସେଟା ବହି ହେଇଥାଉ, ଗୋଟେ ଆର୍ଟିକଲ ହେଇଥାଉ, ଗୋଟେ ନ୍ୟୁଜ ପେପର ହେଇଥାଉ, ତା ଦେହରୁ ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଇନଫର୍ମେସନ ନଉଛୁ, ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ ଡେସ୍କ୍ରିପ୍ଟିଭ। ଓକେ, ଲେଟ୍ मी शेयर ଦି
ओके
थर्ड
मैडम।
यूनिट। ମୋ थर्ड यूनिट ଟିକେ ମୁଁ
जो
शेयर କରେ।
जो हम लोग प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च करने के पहले जो मार्केट रिसर्च या मार्केट सर्वे करते हैं, वो इससे अलग है या फिर ये सेम है?
ये सेम है, सेम है।
ओके ओके,
वो
थैंक यू मैम।
तो लास्ट क्लास नहीं किया था आपने, यस्टरडे क्लास, मतलब डे बिफोर यस्टरडे। मेरा तो अल्टरनेटिव डे का होता है ना क्लास,
जी जी।
उसमें क्लियरली आई हैव टोल्ड यू कि व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट रिसर्च प्रोसेस, it was similar for the marketing research, it was similar for the general research. If you do your research in completion of MBA, इसमें भी ये similar आएगा. So came to the third unit. Third unit, what we will cover in third unit, that was very some of the most required portion that we will furnish in this particular unit, that was product. So what is a product, that we will study. Classification of product. Then we will study what is NPD, new product development process. Then we will study PLC, product life cycle. Marketing mix strategy, where we will study what is branding, what is labeling, how packaging was being done. And apart from that, we also study what is pricing and pricing methods and strategy in this particular unit. And as for my understanding, this is one of the longest ଆପଣଙ୍କର chapter. ଆଦେରେ ସବୁ ଯାକ ବହୁତ important, whether it was NPD, whether it is PLC, whether it is branding and pricing. ଏଥିରେ ଆପଣ expected 4ଟା question ରୁ 2ଟା question ନିଶ୍ଚିନ୍ତ ପାଇବେ এই ୟୁନିଟ ରେ। सो ମୁଁ କହୁନି ଏଇ question, ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ଏଇ ୟୁନିଟ ରୁ ଆପଣ ପାଇବେ। So define, ଯେମିତି କି as for previous practice, ମୁଁ ସବୁବେଳେ 4-5ଟା question ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କୁହେ ୟୁନିଟ ର। So this was the first question. Define product, discuss various type of product life cycle. Then briefly describe the NPD process, that was new product development process. Write a short note on branding, labeling, packaging, and discuss the method of pricing in detail. So these are some of the practice questions. आपण माने practice करिवे, question जदि ମୁଁ ସବୁବେଳେ କହିଛି ସିମିଲାର ଆସେ ସମାନ ଆସେ ନାହିଁ ସିମିଲାର ଆଉ ସମାନ ଭିତରେ ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ ହେଲା କ'ଣ ଆପଣ କହିବେ ଏଇଆ କାହିଁକି ପଡିଲାନି नो बट PLC पढ़िथिबो बट इन डिफरेंट वे रे पढ़िथिबो NPT पढ़िथिबो डिफरेंट वे रे पढ़िथिबो so that you have to understood. Now came to what is a product. A product is something that
मैम
is manufactured.
मैम क्वेश्चन टा
ମୋର ଟିକେ क्वेश्चन मैम ତ କହିବେ ଏଟା यूनिट 3 ର
ଏଟା यूनिट 3 ର
ନା यूनिट 2 ର ଟିକେ क्वेश्चन
यूनिट 2 ର ମୁଁ କହିଥିଲି ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିଥିଲି
ପରେ ସେଟା ସେୟାର କରିଦେବେ
ଠିକ ଅଛି
ମୁଁ यूनिट 1 ର ଯେମିତି PPT ରେ शेयर କରିଛି ऑलरेडी यूनिट 2 ର ବି କରିଦେବି ଆଜି ସରିଗଲାଣି
यस मैम
ଏଟା ଆପଣ ସେତେବେଳେ ଦେଖିଦେବେ ତ what is a product ଆପଣଙ୍କ ହିସାବରେ product କ'ଣ but very simple word ରେ ଯଦି କହିବୁ product it is a tangible or intangible substance which can used by us so tangible ହେଇପାରେ intangible ହେଇପାରେ now what is tangibility means what is can be touched is can be seen can be used so that was tangible intangible which you cannot touch but you could able to make a output of that so that was intangible so as for the book a product is something that is manufactured for sale in the market which can satisfy consumer needs which can satisfy customers components in marketing and all activity around the product so product can be tangible can be intangible but product speciality hoba katha kono now when it is manufactured it has to satisfy the customer need want demand otherwise the product fail product ho ya fir intangible services ho tangible hela product intangible hela services fine so whether it is a product whether it is a service
स्मेल होची
so that was called it is manufactured and it was manufactured for a basic objective to satisfy the customer's need want and demand so if I'm talking about what is a product definition so as I have always says that apan jeta definition padibo apan first quote kariyo Philip Kotler kon pai he is the father of marketing so as for the Philip Kotler or according to Philip Kotler a product is anything which is tangible or intangible that can be offered to the market for attention acquisition use or consumption that might satisfy the need or want तो कौन पाई कि एटा यू ऑफर करिवे मींस मैन्युफैक्चर जेतले ऑफर करूची प्रोडक्ट कौन पाई करिवो ना टू अटेन द मार्केट और टू ग्रैब द अटेंशन फॉर द मार्केट देन एक्विजिशन ऑफ यूज और कंजप्शन so लोक माने जेमती attention product can be grab attention then when someone is being attracted he could able to buy and use that particular product and satisfy her or his needs or wants what he or she wants to according to Aldensen it is says that a product is a bundle of utility consists of various product features and accompanying services so product is not individual it is bundle of utilities fine and when the utilities are being used by the customer it was accompanying with the various services which is attached with the product then a product is a set of tangible physical attributes in an identifiable forms that was statement from Stanchion so what are the features of product very simple ame samaste eta janichu prayatah so product is tangible in nature sometimes intangible attributes are there it is called associated attributes mane kono product saito services aschi ta saito warranty aschi ta saito guarantee aschi ta saito replacement guarantee aschi so there are lots of associated attributes are attached to the product apart from that product exchange value also very high product ame kon korchu kinuchu use korchu taku ame exchange bhi korchu and in verse of that we will get a value out of exchange then product is something where the prime feature haba katha that customer satisfaction if the product was failed to satisfy the customer it was definitely losses his identity eta taro identity loss koribo So setala product fail karibo, product nijer identity loss karibo, then the company has to think about to produce new product in was of the old one. So that was very costly affair. Jadi apankar product fail karuchi, company आउ थरे research and development करिबो, आउ थरे manufacture करिबो, आउ थरे marketing करिबो, advertisement करिबो, then आउ थरे market को product पठेइबो. It was very costly. So sethipain ki it is very essential initial point re apana product manufacturing आरंभ करिवे या तो फिर you think about to manufacture the product, you have to think about what should be my product, what should be the associate attributes I have attached to the product, then what should be the exchange value of the product, and with all these above characteristics, can I satisfy my customer with the quality, quantity, attributes, with the exchange value, kon mo moro customer ko satisfy kari paruchi ki nahi. If the answer is yes, that will be found by you through the through the feedback system ho apankar research, cause based research through re apan karuchanti, observational research re apan paile ki yes I could able to make benefit, tahale apan kon karibe, apan product baneibe, tar advertisement karibe, tar appropriate quality maintain karibe, and target karibe lokon ko seta kiniba paenge. So that was called some of the attributes which is attached to the a product. Now same attributes केवल descriptions अच्छी अपन देखी देबे. Now what are the different type of product or product classification कौन? So let's see this particular picture. Consumer product and industrial product, there are two classification of the product. दी प्रकार classification हमर रोची और classification ର types रे कौन रोची? Consumer product रोची, industrial product रोची. Now when we're talking about consumer product are divided into three parts: convenience product, shopping product, and specialty products. जेमती कि industrial product रे हमर आछी कोन machine and machine parts, capital item, business services and supplies. एगुडा हला कोन industrial product. Now came to consumer product, the product which is very conveniently available everywhere. Fine, आपण घर पाख दुकान हो, गोटे shopping mall हो, गोटे बड़ा shopping arena हो, everywhere it was available. That was called convenient product, which is available in the convenient way and with a very minimum price, appropriate. I'm not talking about minimum, appropriate pricing format where everyone can be buy the product. That was called convenience product. Then shopping product which is available in a particular shopping arena, and you will have to visit over there and you have to shop the product. आपण market को जिबे, market रे product निज हिसाब रे किनिबे and देखिबे. Then specialty product occasionally came to the market, and when it was occasionally came, people will buy. जेमती कि हमें गोटे बहुत बड़ मार्केट इंडिया रे कहूछु, सेटा कहूछु कोन ना मार्केट विथ दी स्पेशल प्रोडक्ट्स. जेमती कि आपन राखी हेला, देखिबे राखी हबा पूर्वरु राखी रो स्टॉल्स आसीबो. जेमती आपन दिवाली हेला, दिवाली हबा पूर्वरु स्टॉल्स आसीबो. जेमती कि आपनकर होली हेला, होली हेबा पूर्वरु स्टॉल्स आसीबो. क्रिसमस और न्यू ईयर हेला ता पूर्वरु किछि ना किछि आपन को देखिबे क्रिसमस रो न्यू ईयर रो स्टॉल लेके. So that was called specialty products, जोटा कि every throughout the year you cannot find, but in some particular time, in some particular places, you could able to find out the specialty products are being sold. Fine. Apart from this particular specialty product, we have industrial product. Industrial product kono na, if you have a good machine or machinery products, then your manufacturing can be made in 100% way. Then capital item. So to run a business, what required? Money. So capital item is also very essential part of the industrial product. And what else was that? Business services and supplies. When the product was being manufactured, it has to be came to the commercial market and supplies. So that is what called the product classification. So these are in a descriptive format. निजे निजे टिके पढ़ी देबे ना मु आपन को एटा पढ़ी की सुनेबी.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So what?
Madam,
So
capital items again.
कैपिटल को और एक बार बताओ ना क्या आप क्या बोल रही
हाँ
हो?
yes मैम
ओके ये
Capital.
डिस्क्रिप्शन को आज जान दो. Capital items, the goods or product used to manufacture with the finished goods or finished product. They include installation and equipments. That was capital items. So capital items kono when there is a there is a organization and it will the organization required to manufacture the product or manufacture the equipments or manufacture the full finished product. It requires a huge amount of capital, huge amount of money. And capital items always includes that particular huge amount of money in terms of fulfilling the long term products or long term services. आपनकर financial management पढ़ा होतिबो.
हाँ, financial.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट रे आपण देखिबे जे गोटे फाइनेंस मैनेजर दीटा प्रकार डिसीजन थाए. कोन थाए?
Yes, ma'am.
बेसिकली
Debate
तीनटा
Tinda decision, capital structure decision,
और
गोटे
dividend
ହେଲା capital
budgeting decision.
और dividend decision और investment decision.
very good. गोटे ହେଲା आपनकर फाइनेंसिंग डिसीजन, इन्वेस्टमेंट डिसीजन एंड डिविडेंड डिसीजन.
And dividend decision.
Dividend decision. तादेरे हमर कहूछ मेजरेबली इट वाज बेसिकली दीटा फोकस पॉइंट डिसीजन दैट वाज कॉल्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट डिसीजन एंड फाइनेंसिंग डिसीजन. कैपिटल आइटम डिसीजन वाज अ लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट डिसीजन रे हमर आसीबो. आपण सेटा आगु को पढिबे कोन कैपिटल बजेटिंग डिसीजन. कैपिटल बजेटिंग कहूछ कोन ना जो गोडा आपनकर लॉन्ग टर्म इक्विपमेंट्स अछि, मशीनरीज अछि हाँ जोड़ा फिक्स्ड एसेट्स गुडाक वेरिएबल एसेट्स नुहे जोड़ा फिक्स्ड एसेट्स रोची ता ऊपर जो इन्वेस्टमेंट करूचंती दैट इज अ लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट. कैपिटल आइटम्स कहूची जेते आपनकर लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट रे जो प्रोडक्ट गुडा तयारी होची दैट वाज अंडर द कैपिटल आइटम बिकॉज़ एठी आपनकर जो इक्विपमेंट्स रहिला जहा मैन्युफैक्चरेशन रहिला दैट इज फॉर अ लॉन्ग टर्म. So it was under the capital item or capital item goods or services under the product classification. बुझिला पिला माने?
हाँ मैडम.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next one खाली mo एटा गोटे description आपण मानन को खाली कहूची काली हम एटा पढिबा because a theory टा टिके lengthier theory. So you can see there are two pictures at your screen. आपण screen रे मु दीटा picture देखौची देखंतु. So specifically it is called product life cycle. This particular screen रे मु जोटा देखौची product life cycle. Now what do you understood by product life cycle? जेंति आपन को लाइफ देखंतु human life कोन आमे छोटो पिला अछु. Then we will proceed to teenage. Then the human being proceed to the maturity stage. Then maturity stage जेतले सरुची that was like 40, 45, 50. तापरे आसुची कोन आपन को senior citizen stage. तामाने आपन को 60 क्रॉस करि गेला 60 बेलु जेतले लोकन को 50 60 जो इंडिया रे आई एम ओनली टॉकिंग अबाउट द इंडियन पॉपुलेशन 50 60 होची देखिए विभिन्न प्रकार इश्यूज चैलेंजेस आपन को फिजिकल बॉडी रे देखा दोची. जो माने बहुत फिटनेस फ्रीक तांकर सेटा 70 एज रे आसीबो कि 80 एज रे आसीबो बट दोज हु आर नॉट वेरी फिटनेस फ्रीक तांकर 60 एज रे देखियो माने लाइफ टा डिक्लाइन करि करि जिवो. तापर देखिबे आपनकर बर्थडे आसिला आपन बेसी खुशी पर नथिबे आपन होते मो लाइफ रा गोटे वर्ष कमी गेला फाइन. सो दैट वाज कॉल्ड डिक्लाइन. सेम थी जेंते हम ह्यूमन लाइफ कहूचु व्हेन वी स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम जीरो एंड आवर ह्यूमन लाइफ इज फॉर 100 इयर्स. जेमति कि आपन इंडिया छाड़ दियंतो आपन चाइना रे जिबे द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ ओवर एज वाज वेरी हाई. तांकर सेठी मोर्टालिटी रेट्स अराउंड 90 100 लोक 100 वर्ष बंचंदी लोक 90 वर्ष बंचंदी लोक 100 वर्ष बंचंदी. कंट्री लाइक जापान ताइवान एठिकार देखिबे सीनियर सिटीजन रो नंबर ऑफ सीनियर सिटीजन इज वेरी हाई जोटा कि इंडिया रे नुहे. इंडिया रे मोर्टालिटी रेट हला 50 55 60 मैक्स माने एवरेज पॉपुलेशन गोटे 60 भितर तांकर डेथ ही जाउची. सो मोर्टालिटी रेट वाज नॉट वेरी हाई. बट जेला हम प्रोडक्ट कथा कहूँ जेमती ह्यूमन लाइफ रो सेमती विभिन्न स्टेज अछि सेमती प्रोडक्ट लाइफ साइकिल विभिन्न स्टेज रोची इटा को एक्सिस रे हमें डिसाइड करछु दैट वाज कॉल्ड एक्सिस ऑफ टाइम एक्सिस ऑफ सेल एक्सिस ऑफ टाइम एंड एक्सिस ऑफ सेल यू कैन सी एक्सिस ऑफ टाइम कोन ना केते टाइम पीरियड भीतर हम प्रोडक्ट ता केमिति मार्केट रे वेरिएशंस रे चलुची सेल्स कोची हम सेल्स ता को हिसाब रे how it was being profoundly so when you see this yellow first is green color अपन को blue color product life cycle देखु जोटा कि हमें कोच गोटे easy way to understood एठी हमें देखंतु अपन को प्रोडक्ट स्टार्ट हला 0 रु जोटी इंट्रोडक्शन स्टेज सेटा हला 0 स्टेज ए जो स्टेज ता कोच हमें 0 स्टेज देन अपन को once the product was introduced in the market it will launch in the market बहुत लंबा समय पर्यंत देखो प्रॉफिट बहुत कम और सेल्स बहुत कम प्रॉफिट नहीं सेल्स बहुत कम तमाने इट इज व्हाइल यू आर एंटरिंग टू द मार्केट यू ऑलवेज स्ट्रगल इट गोटे स्ट्रगलिंग पीरियड थाए तापर once it was having sale or once having information was passed on to the customers केमती किछो प्रोडक्ट अछि प्रोडक्ट सेल्स ता देखंतु बढ़िला अल्प समय भितर टिके अधिका बढ़ी गेला so that was called growth stage तापर देखंतु अपन को प्रोडक्ट मजे मजे बढ़ी की पुनी कमुची that was called maturity stage and decline stage माने कोन प्रोडक्ट रो सेल्स ता कमुची so introduction stage रे अपन you are not expected any kind of profit growth stage रे अपन profit पाइबे maturity रे obviously profit पाइबे but अपन को then it was fall down in profit decline stage was not the stage of loss but एटा हला कोन डिक्लाइन इन प्रॉफिट आपन करेटी सेल्स एंड प्रॉफिट ता फॉल डाउन करबो बुझियला तार गोटे क्रिटिकल एग्जांपल हला एटा कोन क्रिटिकल एग्जांपल सेम इट वाज सेल्स एंड टाइम पीरियड और बेनिफिट और टाइम पीरियड तो आपन देखो फर्स्ट टा कोची डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट स्टेज आपन जते प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट करूचंदी यू नेवर थॉट अबाउट एनी काइंड ऑफ बेनिफिट you only thought about how to finish my development and I could make commercial that product. Same thing, type of introduction, very slow benefit with a very large time period. But when we were seeing this growth stage, it was high profit. Then maturity stage, sometimes it was fall down in sales, sometimes it was, upgraded in sale, puni again fall down, upgraded, fall down, empty ki decline stage ta pura fall down. So this is what called any product's life cycle. Any products आपण कोनोसी भी गोटे प्रोडक्ट नहीं जानतु मार्केट रे तार लाइफ साइकिल ला ये जेतले इंट्रोड्यूस होची while introducing the product it was a you never expect that the sales will be immediately cashed or you get a benefit. No, it will take time. And once the time was there, when people have awareness of this particular product, ताले product ता अधिका बिक्री हो. So that was called growth stage. Then बहुत लोग जेतले अपन कर किनिले तापरे लोक किनिया की इच्छा करनंदी समस्त संग पाखरे समान कलर ड्रेस. So people now do not want to buy. Then it was falling down in the profit. So this is called product life cycle, 4 different stages. And all these stages have their own analysis, strategy, advantages, disadvantages, jota ke hame next class re padhiba. Fine. So anything you want to ask? Otherwise, we will close down.
मैडम सेकंड ग्राफ रे बेनिफिट लिखाई जी फर्स्ट ग्राफ रे सेल्स लिखाई बोथ आर सेम और
सेम सेल्स एठी बेनिफिट माने प्रॉफिट टा को हमें ये करछु प्रॉफिट टा को आइडेंटिफाई करछु फर्स्ट रे सेल्स टा को आइडेंटिफाई करछु
मैडम एग्जाम रे एमते कोन ग्राफ साइज भी देखेले सेटा माने ठीक वैल्यूएबल होबो ग्राफ
हां निहाती आपण जति सुनंतु जते आपण डायग्रामेटिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन सब बेले मार्क फिटिंग
यस सर यस
सब बेले आपण देखो नॉर्मल क्वेश्चन टा करंतु तर आपणकर एचआरएम तो कंप्लीट डिस्क्रिप्टिव ना सेतरा आपणकर धर पडिला कि केतेरा मॉडल एचआरएम रे गोटे पर्टिकुलर रे केतेरा मॉडल अछि आपण जेता को गोटे डायग्रामेटिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन देबे ताले एटा बहुत सुंदर दिसिबो और आपणकर बहुत आई कैचिंग माने जे आपणकर खाता इवैल्यूएशन करिवो ताको जदी इजीली मिली गला आंसर टा कि पिलाटा एया करि छि ताले से बेसी आ इवैल्यूएशन को जीवने मार्क टे पके किना बागु पड़ी जो
यस यस
so always that was good. Okay, let me check for the next class. So the teacher has
Ma'am, I have one doubt.
ହଁ କୁହନ୍ତୁ ପ୍ଲିଜ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି କଣ ନା ଆମର ତ ବହୁତ ସାରା ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ଅଛି ଅଲମୋଷ୍ଟ 8 ପେପର ଅଛି ତ
ହୁଁ
ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଆମକୁ ବି ମାନେ ୱାର୍କିଂ ପ୍ରୋଫେସନ ଅଛି ଆମକୁ ସଫିସିଏଣ୍ଟ ଟାଇମ ମିଳୁନି ଆମକୁ ପଢିବା ପାଇଁ ଫିର ବି
ହୁଁ
କ୍ଲାସ କରିଦଉଛୁ ସିଲାବସ ଧର ଷ୍ଟଡି କରିକି ଆମେ ଓନ୍ ୱାର୍ଡରେ ପଢ ଦେଇକି କିଛି ଲେଖିପାରିବୁ କି?
ଆଉ ଅନୁବାଦ ଲେଖନ୍ତୁ, କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ। ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ, ପାଠଟା ଲେଖିବା ଦରକାର। ଇଫ ସମନ୍ ୱିଲ୍ ଆସ୍କ ହ୍ୱାଟ ଇଜ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟ ଲାଇଫ ସାଇକେଲ, ଆପଣ ଯଦି ଖାଲି ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟ ବିଷୟରେ ଲେଖିଲେ ଲାଇଫ ସାଇକେଲ ନ ଲେଖିବେ ଦେନ୍ ମାର୍କ କମ ମିଳିବ। ବଟ୍ ଆପଣ ଯଦି ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟ ବିଷୟରେ ଲେଖିନାହାନ୍ତି, ପିଏଲସି ବିଷୟରେ ଲେଖିନାହାନ୍ତି, ଆପଣ ଅଲଗା କିଛି ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି, ତାହେଲେ ୟୁ ଡୋଣ୍ଟ ଏକ୍ସପେକ୍ଟ ମାର୍କ। ବଟ୍ ହଁ, ଆପଣ ଯଦି ନିଜ ଓନ୍ ୱାର୍ଡରେ ବି ଲେଖୁଛନ୍ତି ନା ସାର୍, ଚଳିବ, ଇଟ୍ସ ନଟ୍ ହାଭିଂ ଏନି ଇସ୍ୟୁଜ। ବଟ୍ ପଏଣ୍ଟସ୍ କଭର କରିଥିବେ। ପଏଣ୍ଟସ୍ କଭର କରି ଲେଖିଲେ ଇଟ୍ ୱାଜ ଗୁଡ୍। ଆଚ୍ଛା, ମତେ କୁହନ୍ତୁ କିଏ ମୋ ସହିତ କଥା ହଉଥିଲେ? ଆପଣ ମାନେ କିଏ ସେକେଣ୍ଡ କ୍ଲାସଟା କଣ୍ଟିନ୍ୟୁରେ ରହିବେ?
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ରହିବି ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
କ୍ଷୀରୋଦ ବାବୁ କହିଲେ ନା ଶିବାନନ୍ଦ ପାଢୀ କହିଲେ?
ଅଂଶୁମାନ ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
ମୁଁ
ଅଂଶୁମାନ।
କହିଲି ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ।
ହଁ, କିଏ ବି ଜଣେ ନାଁଟା ଖାଲି କୁହନ୍ତୁ, ମୁଁ ଖୋଜିବି। ଶିବାନନ୍ଦ ପାଢୀ କହୁଛନ୍ତି?
ହଁ ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ।
ଆଚ୍ଛା, ଶିବାନନ୍ଦକୁ ମୁଁ, ଶିବାନନ୍ଦ ବାବୁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ହୋଷ୍ଟ କରିଦେଇଛି। ତନ୍ମୟ ସାର୍ ଆସିଲେ ଆପଣ ତାଙ୍କୁ ହୋଷ୍ଟ କରିପାରିବେ ତ?
ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ ମୁଁ ସେଇଟା ଜାଣିନି ତ।
ଜାଣିନାହାନ୍ତି? ଆଚ୍ଛା, କିଏ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି ମତେ କୁହନ୍ତୁ।
ମ୍ୟାଡାମ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ମତେ ରାଜେଶ କୁମାର ସାହୁ।
ରାଜେଶ କୁମାର ସାହୁ, ତାହେଲେ ମତେ ଲେଫ୍ଟ ହବ। ଆଚ୍ଛା, ଶିବାନନ୍ଦ ବାବୁ ଆପଣ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଅବିକା କି?
ହଁ ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ।
ଆପଣ ଡିଡିସି
ହଁ,
ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟ କ୍ଲିକ୍ କରନ୍ତୁ
ଡିଡିସି
ସ୍କ୍ରିନରେ।
ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟ।
ହଁ, କ୍ଲିକ୍ କରନ୍ତୁ। ତଳେ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ମେକ୍ ହୋଷ୍ଟ ଗୋଟେ ଥିବ। ଜାଣିପାରିଲେ?
ପାର୍ଟିସିପେଣ୍ଟ କୁ ଯାଆନ୍ତୁ ଜାଣି ପାରୁନାହାନ୍ତି।
ପାର୍ଟିସିପେଣ୍ଟ।
ପାର୍ଟିସିପେଣ୍ଟସ୍ କୁ ଯିବା ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ, ଖାଲି ଏମିତି କ୍ଲିକ୍ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଡିଡିସି ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟ ଉପରେ।
ଡିଡିସି ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟ।
ହଁ, ତା ଉପରେ ଖାଲି କ୍ଲିକ୍ କରିଦେଲେ ଆସିବ ମେକ୍ ହୋଷ୍ଟ। ନହେଲେ ମତେ ଲିଙ୍କ କରିବାକୁ। ହଁ, ଆସିଲା?
ନା ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ କୋଉଠି ଜାଣିପାରୁନି।
ଆଚ୍ଛା, ହଉ 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 ହଉ, ମୁଁ
ପାର୍ଟିସିପେଣ୍ଟ
ଆଉ
କୁ ଯାଆନ୍ତୁ, ଉପରେ ଅଛି ଡିଡିସି ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟ ଉପରେ ଅଛି, ଜଣା ହେଇ ପଡିବ।
ଠିକ ଅଛି, ମୁଁ ଆଉ ଥରେ ଲିଭ୍ କରିକି ଜଏନ୍ କରୁଛି, ଗୋଟେ ମିନିଟ୍।
ଆମେ ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ ହେଲା ଡିଡିସି ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟ। ହ୍ୟାଲୋ।
नाम लेफ्ट ହେଇଗଲି ହଁ ହୋଷ୍ଟ।
ନା ଡିଡିସି ମ୍ୟାନେଜମେଣ୍ଟରେ
ନାଇଁ ଛାଡନ୍ତୁ,
ହେଇଗଲା
ହେଇଗଲା
ହେଇଗଲା ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ହେଇଗଲା।
ହେଇଗଲା, ମୁଁ କରିଦେଲିଣି। କିଏ କହୁଥିଲେ, କାହାକୁ ଆସେ, କିଏ କହୁଥିଲେ? ପ୍ରିୟବ୍ରତ ଧଳ ବାବୁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଆସେ?
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ମତେ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ, ସୁଶୀଲ ପ୍ରଧାନ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ, ସୁଶୀଲ କୁମାର ପ୍ରଧାନ।
ସୁଶୀଲ ପ୍ରଧାନ, ଆଚ୍ଛା ହଉ, ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କରିଦେଇଛି ହୋଷ୍ଟ। ସୁଶୀଲ ବାବୁ ଆପଣ ସାର୍ ଆସିଲେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଟିକେ ହୋଷ୍ଟ କରିଦେବେ, ମୁଁ ସେପଟେ ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସଟା ଟିକେ ଦେଖିଦିଏ।
ଓକେ ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
ଠିକ ଅଛି
କରିଦେଇଛି ସୁଶୀଲ ବାବୁ।
ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ ମ୍ୟାମ୍, ହାଭ୍ ଏ ଗୁଡ୍ ଡେ।
ଓକେ, ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ ଟୁ ଅଲ୍ ଅଫ୍ ୟୁ। ତନ୍ମୟ ସାର୍ ଆସିଗଲେଣି।
ଓକେ ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ।
ସୁଶୀଲ ବାବୁ ତନ୍ମୟ ସାର୍ଙ୍କୁ ହୋଷ୍ଟ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ।
ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି।
ଓକେ, ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ।
Morning, everyone.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
Okay, we had
ଗୁଡ୍ ମର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ
left
ସାର୍।
out part 1 ର ଆମେ କିଛି
Good
ଛାଡି ଦେଇଥିଲେ,
morning.
ତାକୁ ଆଜି କଭର କରିଦବା। So organizational man is an extension of the social man. ଆମେ social man ରେ କଣ ପଢିଥିଲେ ଟିକେ ରିଫ୍ରେଶ କରିଦବା। सोशल मैन में ଆମେ ପଢିଥିଲେ the human beings are being motivated by the social needs, and all their efforts are directed towards getting satisfaction by maintaining social relationship rather than being motivated to work only by economic means. So, what is the organizational man? The concept of organization man was introduced by William White. He believed that it is important for a person to be loyal to the organization, cooperative with fellow workers, or have a good, official relationship by cooperation. Any person who believes in this value system and acts in this way is an organization man. So basically, the focus would be to see to it that my focus as well as my work is towards achievement of the organizational goals. The basis of this concept and that every individual sacrifice individuality for the sake of the group and the organization. So basically, we cease to exist as our unique individuals. We, in our office environment, in our social environment, we follow the rules and regulations set by a particular structure. In the formal environment, there's a particular structure. In the social environment, there's also a structure. So we cease to exist. We cease to become creative. We cease to, have our own uniqueness about ourselves. So this idea was initially suggested by Fayol, 14 Principles of Management, Saivabala Fayol, when he suggested that individual interest should be subordinated to general interest. White had explained three major propositions on which this concept of organization man is based. So the point is lekhuchi. He suggested that the individual, who suggested? Fayol suggested that individual interest should be subordinated to the general interest. What does that mean? ଆମର ହେନରୀ ଫେୟଲ କୋଉ ଟାଇମରେ ତାଙ୍କର ଥିଓରି ଦେଇଥିଲେ? Kindly, let us keep this session interactive. So ଜଲ୍ଦି ସରିବ. At least concept ତ ବୁଝିବ. Anyone? Why was individual interest sidelined? No one? ବୁଝି ପାରିଲେ କି ଏଇ ସେଣ୍ଟେନ୍ସଟା କ'ଣ କହୁଛି?
ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଆମେ ହଉଛି ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲ ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟକୁ ବାଇପାସ୍ କରିକି ସେଇଟା ଯେମିତି ଜେନେରାଲ ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟରେ ଯିବ ସେଇଟା ଆମେ ଟ୍ରାଏ କରିବା।
ଏଇ ଜାଗାରେ ଜେନେରାଲ ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟଟା କ'ଣ? ଏଇ ଜାଗାରେ ଜେନେରାଲ ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟଟା
ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ହଉଛି ଟୋଟାଲ ଓଭରଅଲ ଡିପାର୍ଟମେଣ୍ଟ ଓଭରଅଲ
General interest means mass interest.
ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜେସନ ସିଷ୍ଟମ ସାର୍ ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ମାସ୍ ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟକୁ ଆମେ କ'ଣ କହିବା ଏ ଜାଗାରେ? ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜେସନାଲ ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟ ଅର ଗୋଲ?
organizational interest.
Organizational interest କ'ଣ? Organizational goal, targets. ତ ସେଇ ହିସାବରେ organizational man ର ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟଟା ଥିଲା basically to see to it that the particular person is dedicating their work towards achievement of the organizational goal rather than the individual goals. So individual interest କ'ଣ? ଆମେ we want to be a part of the social group. ଆମେ ଆଗ ଥିଓରିରେ ପଢିଥିଲେ rather than the economic incentives, human beings are also motivated by many other factors. So this theory states that ଆମେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଖଟେଇକି ତାଙ୍କୁ ଆମେ କାମ ଆଦାୟ କରିବୁ rather than thinking about what other factors are affecting their performance. Next ହେଉଛି କ'ଣ? ସ୍ଲାଇଡଟାକୁ ଟିକେ ବଡ଼ କରିଦେବା। PPT visible ଅଛି ତ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ? These propositions are as follows. So, कौन से proposition देइथिल? The first proposition is that the individual by himself is isolated and meaningless. The group is the source of activity individuals create only when they move in a group. So, individual ର କିଛି ଏଇ ଜାଗାରେ ନାହିଁ, there's no creativity, there's no uniqueness, there's no thought process କିଛି ନାହିଁ. You are just part of the herd and you will do as the herd is doing. There will be one herd or leader je तुमको नेकी जीव गोटे direction में, and you have to accordingly work. A group helps to produce as a whole that is greater than the sum of its parts. माने आमे सेतବେଳେ ଏଇ ଜାଗାର ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜେସନ ମ୍ୟାନ ର କନସେପ୍ଟ ଏଇ ଜାଗାରେ ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରପୋଜିସନ ଦଉଛି ତା ମାନେ ହଉଛି ଏଇ ସେଣ୍ଟେନ୍ସ ର କି ଆପଣ ମାନଙ୍କର କଲେକ୍ଟିଭ ଆଉଟପୁଟ is to be taken together, but this is not applicable to all industries, all sectors. Manufacturing रे, yes I understand जो यार कि हमको per unit produce करियार अच्छी. Earlier it was there because आमे जदि behavioral theory को देखिबा हमरो टिक्के रिफ्रेश करिया माइंड टा टिक्के हिस्ट्री को जदि जीबा World War II परे every country were struggling and industrialization କରିବାକୁ ଗୋଟେ process ମାନେ ଉଦ୍ୟମ ଥିଲା so that maximum people can get jobs. So the main aim was to produce maximum output so that they can sell it in some other country. And so ସେତିକି ବେଳେ କ'ଣ ଥିଲା ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲ କ୍ରିଏଟିଭିଟି ଆମେ ଦେଖୁନଥିଲୁ, ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଥିଲୁ ଆଜ ଏ ଗ୍ରୁପ କେତେ ପ୍ରଡ୍ୟୁସ କରୁଛୁ ଆଉ ମୋର କେତେ ଆଉଟପୁଟ ବାହାରୁଛି, ମୁଁ ସେତିକି ବିକି ଦେଲା ପରେ ମୋର କେତେ ରେଭିନ୍ୟୁ ବାହାରୁଛି, and year on year month on month more kete increase in revenue hochi. Next hochi your proposition, the ultimate need of in every individual is belongingness. So if the person wants to be a part of the group where the person feels that yes I belong to that particular group may be formal or informal. Formal structure जदि तुमको organization तमरो work तमरो talent तमरो hard work को recognize करुची, award करुची, reward करुची, then you will obviously, you do not need to be told to do your work. You will obviously do it on your own. He wants to belong to his friends, families, relatives, colleagues and other members of the society as a whole. White says that there should be no conflict between man and society because if there is so, it is reflective directly on their performance. If there is no, so for example, man and the society, there is an imbalance. जोटा आजिका डेट रे हमें देखुचे, जोटा अराउंड मॉडर्न डे कॉन्सेप्ट को जो वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस, जोटा को हमें देखुचे कौन वर्क लाइफ imbalance होची, then obviously it is affecting the performance. I am working say 5 days a week, 6 days a week. I need to hang out or chill with my friends on the weekends. If I don't do that, more stress level ta body. So I need to calm down and again come back rejuvenated and focus on my work. The goal of belongingness is achieved when the help of science. With the help of science, whenever there is a conflict between the needs of society and needs of the individual, an equilibrium can be created by applying methods of science. Science can help in removing the obstacle to consensus or common ground. A conflict between the individual and organization can be, we can come, both the parties can come to a consensus. We can understand each other if we, have a process for it. That's what is that scientific process. So जोटा को हमें आदि का डेटा adopt करचु to training and development रे हमें करूचु, हमें assess करचु लोगों को psychology केमिति अच्छी. We do a different, in HR we do a lot of things, activities. The organization man concept emphasizes, or they puts emphasis on, that there is no conflict between individual interest and the interest of the organization. So my interest and the interest of the organization are same. Even if there is an individual conflict, if there is any conflict, individual interest will be sacrificed in favor of the group interest or the organization interest to remove the conflict. However, there is a basic assumption behind this concept. The assumption is that management will take care of individual interest. Some big companies are looking to see to provide flexi times जो आसिला हमरो. So for example, people are motivated to work from home. So all these are new concepts. Adhika data management is valuing those people and providing them with certain opportunities where they can focus on the work, whereas they can do it at their own convenience. So here the last point the assumption is that management will take care of whose interest? The individual interest. But the organizational interest has to be fulfilled. It would be the duty of management to satisfy the needs of the individual. People will be willing to sacrifice the interests for the organization only if they are positive that the organization is going to take care of them. ଆଗରୁ କ'ଣ ହଉଥିଲା ସେମାନେ ଭାବୁଥିଲେ କି organization will take care of us. ଆଗରୁ ବହୁତ ଆଗରୁ ଆଜିକା ଡେଟ୍ରେ ସେଇଟା ନାହିଁ. You have to do it on your own. Next will be what is the concept of self-actuating man? Actuating man. Self-actuating man is a further extension of social man and the organization man models. Social man concept assumes that the formation groups is basis purely for the level of basis of satisfaction of the individuals, but as against this, the self-actuating man assumes that the man's inherent need is to use his capabilities and skills in such a way that he should have the satisfaction of creating certain things. The earlier models do not allow him to satisfy his self-actuating needs. So, କୋଉ ଜାଗାରେ ମୋର ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲ ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟଟା ସାଟିସ୍ଫାଏ ହଉଛି, ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ଗ୍ରୁପରେ ଅଛି, I like the level of intelligence, I like the exposure in that group because I get to I'm exposed to a lot of ideas. That may be a formal group, that may be an informal group. But when we are talking about this man model, I'm basically informal group रे ही कथा करछे. तो এই জায়গাରେ କ'ଣ ହବ? ମୋର ବିଭିନ୍ନ ସାଙ୍ଗ ସର୍କଲ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଇନଫର୍ମାଲ ଗ୍ରୁପ୍ସରେ ମୁଁ ମେମ୍ବର ଅଛି. So I am picking and choosing those things which is satisfying me. Maslow's need hierarchy top level hochi self-actualization. When I need to understand or I am aware of the potential I am having. If I am having a certain potential, ମୁଁ ସେଇ ହିସାବରେ ମୁଁ କୋଉଠୁ ବେଶୀ ଇନଫର୍ମେସନ ପାଇପାରିବି, ଏଠୁ ମୁଁ ଲେଟେଷ୍ଟ ନ୍ୟୁଜ୍ ପାଇପାରିଲି ଇଣ୍ଡଷ୍ଟ୍ରିରେ କ'ଣ ହେଉଛି. I am interested in music, I am interested in certain kind of sports. So I am involving myself or I am exposing myself to certain interest area ଯୋଉଟା କି ମୋର ନିଜର ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲ ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟ ଏରିଆ ଯୋଉଠୁ କି ମତେ ଲେଭେଲ ଅଫ ସାଟିସ୍ଫାକ୍ସନ ମୋର ଇନକ୍ରିଜ ହବ. ହେଲା, ନେକ୍ସଟ ହେଉଛି କ'ଣ? ଆଜମ୍ପସନ. This basic assumption about this concept is that the various needs of a man can be put in order of priority. That is, for example, Maslow has put various needs of hierarchy. Every unsatisfied need is a motivational factor for that particular individual. Self-actualization, according to the diagram, is the ultimate goal because, as I mentioned earlier, it is the last in the hierarchy, and by this time, his goal is achieved and all other needs of the man are also satisfied. Roti kapda makan, esteem, recognition in society, everything is achieved by the individual. So that particular individual, what will he do? He'll try to explore how to be a better human being. In the process of self-actualization, there are various changes in behavior of the individual as he moves from immaturity to maturity. So thereby, ବହୁତ ଜଣ କୁହନ୍ତି we will not, it's not practical for certain individuals. They do not compromise. They feel that yes, everything has to be according to them. But when you move into that stage where you have to let go, certain things you have to let go. If you are letting go of certain things, you will realize that the momentary pleasure of, say for example, go to stage or rather when we become older, we are not that much attracted towards ice cream. If I'm letting go of that thing, I can understand that half an hour, 40 minutes, I'll feel the pleasure. But after that, more I just get a feeling. So I am letting go. Similarly, ଆମର ସେଲ୍ଫ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲାଇଜେସନ ଷ୍ଟେଜରେ ଆମେ ନିଜକୁ କେତେ ବେଟର ବନେଇ ପାରିବା वी बिकम मोर मैच्योर्ड वी आर सो ଏଇ ଜାଗାରେ ଆମର डिसीजन मेकिंग रे এটা ବହୁତ अफेक्ट करे जेबे ଆମେ वी आर ओल्डर वी टेक when we are self actualization stage we are actually ଗୋଟେ top level ରେ ପହଞ୍ଚ ଯାଇଥିବା in organization at that time we try to take rational decisions which is again take considering all the aspects of the organization. Next hoji kona another assumption is that the man is primarily self-motivated and self-controlled, so you do not have to push that individual to work. Any incentives given by the management cannot motivate him after a certain level, so even monetary award reward recognition no, after a certain level se loko jeti kam kariyar achi karibo and dedicated manner रे करिबो because that person is self motivated and self has self control. The any incentives cannot ताको आउ आमे लोभान्य करि परिबोनी, so I cannot generate a sense of कि भाई तुम आसो तुम काम करो तुम एते remuneration आमे दो, that will not motivate the person. The early models were based on the assumption that man got immature personality. However, the reality is that if a man is left free, he'll put in the maximum effort. Those assumptions are generally based on the theory why an Argyll's maturity theory to satisfy a self-actuating man. What are required are all the managerial actions meant to satisfy the social man with additional features. So basically you are social man ଆମର କ'ଣ concept ହଉଛି ତମକୁ ସବୁ ପ୍ରକାରର incentive ଦିଆ ହଉଛି, but apart from that you need some other benefits society ର ଗୋଟେ part ହବ ଆମେ informal structure ହବ, but ଏଇ theory last assumption ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଏହା ବୁଝଉଛି କି self actuating man will enjoy all other things, ମାନେ ଆମ social man ର ବି benefits ସେ enjoy କରିବ, economic man ର କରିବ, organizational man ର ବି କରିବ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଗୋଟେ stage ପରେ organizational man କେବେ ହବ ସେ ଯଦି ସେ self motivated ଅଛି ସେତେବେଳକୁ ସିଏ self actuating ହେଇଗଲା. That person doesn't need training, development, motivation, ତାକୁ boosting ଆଉ ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ. The person will operate on his own and the performance level will be again accepted by the organization, acceptable area ରହିବ, ତାକୁ ଆମେ push କରିବୁନି. Complex man କ'ଣ ଆଜିକା ଡେଟ୍ରେ the practical scenario. Complex man presents the real picture of the real human picture of human behavior. All previous models make very simplistic assumptions about people and behavior, assumptions that proved to be incorrect. Earlier models assume that man will always behave according to a certain set of patterns. No. Why? Because research has indicated that there are many complex variables which determine human behavior. These variables are unpredictable, so human behavior which is based on these variables cannot follow a set patterns. कौन है पर यार कौन है पर? So for example, I am in a particular position, I am promoted. Obviously my behavior is going to change. ଆମ ମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ human beings ଗୋଟେ ଅଛି, ମୁଁ ମାନେ କହୁଛି this is just an example, kindly don't take it otherwise. ଆମର ଭିତରେ ଏମିତି ବି ଅଛନ୍ତି when I am in a say for example ମୁଁ junior level ରେ ଅଛି, ମୁଁ senior level କୁ କିମ୍ବା managerial level କୁ promote ହେଇଗଲି, I feel that I am in a senior position. ମତେ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ junior level ତାପରେ ତୁ ତା କରଲା ଆଉ ଭାଇ କେମିତି ଅଛୁ ଭଲ ଅଛୁ, that will hurt me. ଆରେ ମୁଁ ତ senior level ଅଛି ଗୋଟେ ये position କୁ ପଳେଇଲେଣି and what kind of attitude is this? So ମୁଁ ଯୋଉ ଗ୍ରୁପ ରେ earlier comfortable ଥିଲି ଏବେ ସେଇ ଗ୍ରୁପ ରୁ ମୁଁ ବାହାରିବି, ଅଲଗା ଗ୍ରୁପ ଗୋଟେ କରିବି କିମ୍ବା ମିଶିବି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଗ୍ରୁପ. So human being practically ଯଦି ଦେଖିବା ଆମେ this is happening and it is a complex thing. We are complex. we do not follow a set rules and regulation. Aji gote group रे अछि which is again satisfying me till now. कालिका डेट रे देखिला बेलକୁ ମୁଁ ଅଲଗା କୋଉ ଗୋଟେ ଗ୍ରୁପରେ ମିଶି ଯାଇଥିଲି ବିକଜ ସେଇ ଗ୍ରୁପର ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟ ମୋତେ ଛାଡି ଯାଇଥିବ. This is actually a practical thing. Next is the behavior of man can be understood and predicted in the given conditions depending upon the assumptions made. The research has indicated that even in cause-effect relationship, even if cause-effect relationship is established between variables and behavior, it is not easy to understand and predict the individual behavior because of individual differences. ମୁଁ ଜଣକୁ ଟାସ୍କ ଦେଲି 10ଟା ଗ୍ରୁପରେ, ଏଇଟା ପ୍ରାକ୍ଟିକାଲ ଏକ୍ଜାମ୍ପଲ ହଉଛି ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ସବୁ ପ୍ରକାରର ସେମ୍ ଲେଭେଲ ଅଫ୍ ଆଚିଭମେଣ୍ଟ ହେଇପାରିବନି, ସେମ୍ ବିହେଭିୟର ହେଇପାରିବନି. ବହୁତ ଜାଗାରେ ଦେଖିବେ ଆପଣମାନେ, ଆପଣ ଛୋଟ ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ଟାସ୍କ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ 30 ଜଣ ପିଲା ଗୋଟେ କ୍ଲାସ ରୁମରେ ଯଦି ହେଲା, ସମସ୍ତେ ସବୁ ଲେଭେଲର କାମ କରିପାରିବେନି, ସବୁ ହୋମୱାର୍କ କରିବେନି. ସମସ୍ତେ ଘରକୁ ଯାଇକି ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ ବହୁତ ଜଣ ଥିବେ, ବାପା ମା ତାଙ୍କୁ ବୁଝେଇ ଦେଲେ ପଢିବେ, ନହେଲେ ପଢିବେନି. ବହୁତ ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ଦେଖିବେ ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ କହିବା ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ, ସେମାନେ ନିଜେ ବୁଝିବେ, ଡାଉଟ୍ ଯଦି ହେଲା ଡାଡି ମମିଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରିବେ, ସେ ତାଙ୍କ କାମ କରିଦେଲେ. ସୋ ସିମିଲାରଲି ଏଇ ଜାଗାରେ କଜ୍ ଇଫେକ୍ଟ ରିଲେସନସିପ୍ରେ ବି ଆମେ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ ଏଷ୍ଟାବ୍ଲିଶ କରୁଛେ, ଗୋଟେ ଟାସ୍କ ଆମେ କରୁଛେ, ଦେୟାର ବାଇ वी आर seeing practically that ପାଞ୍ଚ ଅଙ୍ଗୁଳି ସମାନ ନୁହଁ, each and every individual behaves in a different manner. So it is not necessary that everyone will behave accordingly. Most behavior in the organization can be understood by taking assumptions of complex man. What are the assumptions of complex man? People are not only complex but are also highly variable through their needs. Though their needs can be arranged in a hierarchy, but this hierarchy is also not universal. So Maslow need hierarchy is not the only pattern where individuals follow that hierarchy. ना बहुत जन से हायरार्की ही फॉलो करेंगे, बहुत जन गोटे दुटा स्टेप रे तो रही जाते, सेटा छाड़, दैट इज नॉट द टॉपिक ऑफ डिस्कशन ओवर हियर. बट हायरार्की न फॉलो करियार मतलब होची यू कैन जस्ट स्किप ए स्टेप एंड डायरेक्टली गो टू द सम अदर स्टेप. एस्टीम नीड्स को तुम डायरेक्टली पळेबो, जॉब थाउ न थाउ, तुमर सिक्योरिटी थाउ न थाउ, तुम चाहिए गोटे कौन करियो. सो people are capable of learning new motives through their organizational experiences. New motives being, I am currently, say for example, ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ପୋଜିସନ ଅଛି, ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ହାୟର ପୋଜିସନ କୁ ଯିବି. For that I need to display certain skill sets, ମୋତେ leadership quality ଦରକାର. So I can develop them. I will display leadership in my attitude, which is a learned characteristics. So I will try to act in such a way where I can take responsibility. People's motive in different organizations, different subparts of the same organization may be different. Yes, sabu organization tankara bibhinna organization jibe kiba subparts of the organization, when they are going, they display different kind of attitude. People can respond to many different kinds of management strategies also. Aggressive strategy, the people will who are totally dedicated to the organization, they'll adapt quickly. People aggressive man, when I'm competing with my competition, things need to be very smooth and work efficiently. So यार बहुत लोग जो मैंने already dedicated अछन तांको कुछ कहयो पड़बन, they'll work in a smooth manner, but other people they'll slack off, they'll say that it's unnecessary. Though this model is quite complex, it indicates the real situation and lays emphasis on the fact that human behavior is not as simple as assumed in the previous models. Hence, current thinking on the subject is that to take a complex man approach and recognize that different individuals have different needs and personality traits, and there is a proper match to these and the environment they operate in, the functional behavior will emerge. Mane kono? When I am adopting or when I understand the complex man model, I will understand that each and every individual within the organization is a different person. What are their personality traits? A person may buckle under pressure, a particular person, but some other people will rise to the occasion. So I need to understand who are those people. And ଯୋଉମାନଙ୍କୁ ଆମେ ପ୍ରେସରରେ ସେମାନେ ଫଲ୍ଟର କରନ୍ତି, we need to see to it that ଆମେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଯଦି ରଖୁଛେ, then how are they going to be again assets for the organization? Because ସେମାନେ continuously if they buckle under the pressure, then they are liabilities, they will not be in assets. Next होची fundamentals of individual behavior. ଆଜିଠୁ ଆମେ start କରିବା ଆମର perception ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିବା ଆମେ perception, personality ଆଉ emotion. Before starting, let us just ଟିକେ ଆମେ ତିନିଟା ଜିନିଷ ଦେଖିଦେବା। ସ୍କ୍ରିନ୍ ଟା ଭିଜିବଲ ଅଛି ତ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Scott Levin, ଜଣେ behavioral scientist plus researcher, ଯାହା ତାଙ୍କୁ କହିପାରିବ, he is a big shot in human behavior ଇଏରେ। ସେ କହିଥିଲେ behavior is a function of personality of person and environment around him. So B is equal to function of P and D. P होची person, E होची environment। ଆମେ ଏଇ ଜାଗାରେ କଣ ଜାଣୁଛେ, କଣ ଆମେ ବୁଝୁଛେ ଏଇ ଇଏରୁ, ଏତି particular ଇଏରୁ? environment କଣ?
The atmosphere surrounding us.
सर एनवायरनमेंट्स माने टोटल बिजनेस रो जते सब सेक्टर काम करूची
बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट नो, बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट जमा जानतु नहीं, सियाडे हम कथा होते, हमें यार बिहेवियर विषय कथा होते, कहार इंडिविजुअल रो?
The atmosphere surrounding us.
एटमॉस्फेयर?
The atmosphere surrounding us.
एटमॉस्फेयर मन एयर?
No, sir.
ଟିକେ ସ୍ପେସିଫିକ କୁହନ୍ତୁ।
ଏମ୍ପ୍ଲୟୀର ସାର୍।
circumstances.
ଓକେ, ପିଲାବେଳଠୁ ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଆପଣ ପେରେଣ୍ଟଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି। You try to imitate your parents, you try to imitate people who are near your home, your grandparents, so on and so forth. Environment ସେଇଟାକୁ ଆମେ କହିପାରିବା। ଘର ଏନଭାୟରମେଣ୍ଟ ଗୋଟେ, ସ୍କୁଲ ଏନଭାୟରମେଣ୍ଟ ଗୋଟେ, ସୋସିଆଲ ଏନଭାୟରମେଣ୍ଟ ଗୋଟେ, ପବ୍ଲିକ ଏନଭାୟରମେଣ୍ଟ ଗୋଟେ, ଯୋଉ ଜାଗରୁ କି ଆମ ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲ ପର୍ସନାଲିଟି ଇଜ ବିଙ୍ଗ शेप्ड, our attitude is being shaped, our value system is being shaped or challenged. ଏଇଟାକୁ ଟିକେ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ, kindly go through these things. What are the learned characteristics? How does it shape an individual behavior? कौन से उड़ा? Perception, attitude, personality and values. Perception. Take 3-minute discussion, then we'll start. What is perception? आज यूनिट 2 स्टार्ट हला, सेतिबे हम कहूते टिके 2 मिनिट डिस्कशन कर दियंतु, ता बाद रे आरंभ करिया। What is perception?
Individual's opinion or thinking.
How we interpret a particular thing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
मोर परसेप्शन मो वैल्यू सिस्टम को कॉन्फ्लिक्ट करि परिबो, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
एग्जांपल, जदि yes ताले एग्जांपल देबे। खराब भाबियनी केने मु सेई भलिया ही टिके आपण मान को कांसेप्ट क्लियर करिया चाहे। You have to think about it.
Normal scenario sir ସବୁଦିନ ଗୋଟେ ପିଲା ଅଫିସ କୁ late ରେ ଆସୁଛି maybe will think that this is a late comer or not time constant କିନ୍ତୁ ତାର parents ଙ୍କର wellness ଲାଗି କି well-being ଲାଗି ସେ late ରେ ଆସୁଥିବ care ନଥିବ
ଏଟା
maybe
ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ ସେଇଥିରେ କଣ ଅଛି? ସେଇଟା ତ ଗୋଟେ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟ ହେଇଗଲା। ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ ସିଷ୍ଟମ କଣ? ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁଜ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି କଣ ମତେ କହିଲେ? ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁଜ ଇଜ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ହ୍ୱାଟ? ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁଜ କୁ ଆମେ କଣ କହିବା यार?
organizational value या individual value
ଲର୍ନଡ କ୍ୟାରେକ୍ଟରିଷ୍ଟିକ୍ସ କଣ? କାହାର ଏଇଟା ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଛେ? Who is learning the characteristics? Who is perceiving? Whose attitude we are studying? Whose personality we are studying? Whose value system are we analyzing?
Individuals.
Individual. तो वैल्यू सिस्टम नाम कौन है? ये जा रहे
Value systems or maintaining disciplines.
एबे हबो एबे किछटा क्लैरिटी आसिला? यस क्लास टिके माने बुझंतु जिंसटा एथिक्स एंड सोसाइटल नॉर्म्स हमर गोटे वैल्यू सिस्टम क्रिएट करूची ये सब
Yes.
Yes, sir.
आपण माने बुझी पारुनांती जदि कोन आउथर बुझेबी जिंसटा यार एग्जांपल तो बु देबी ऑब्वियसली किंतु जदि बुझी पारुनांती मु बुझेबी विथ एन एग्जांपल
ना सर बुझुनी।
Sir, again.
ठीक अछि ओके so for example my perception for a particular product I have a different kind of a perception आमे परसीव को जिन सर करछु हमर कोन कोन अछि सेंसेस केतटा सेंस हमर अछि we can see we can smell we can taste we can hear we can touch आउ किछ अछि आउ किछ
No,
अछि
sir.
ना सेइतरु आमे गुडाय जिंस को आमे परसीव करूछु पिला बलठू right till now and then comes our intelligence when I am taking in information through that all my senses I am perceiving कि सेई जिनसटा कोन ताकू मु इंटरप्रेट करूची सेई जगह रे जेबे हम परसेप्शन रे आमे द कांसेप्ट सेई जगह रे जदि आमे देखिबा एइटा गोटे आमे नबा ब्राइब if I take this particular thing this is a favorite thing globally I should not blame my country but bribe is a common thing everywhere what is your perception about it आपण माने कहंतु एटा ठीक ना भूल ना कोन
भूल सर
Wrong,
come
sir.
again
भूल भूल सर
wrong भूल काहे कि आपण एटा को भाबुचन एटा भूल
Because it harms to social morality and social norms.
so एटा तो which the thing I have highlighted on the word file it is the same thing which you guys are going to share with me yes or no
yes sir
सर स्लाइड चेंज ହେଇନି।
स्लाइड चेंज ହେଇନି ୱାର୍ଡ ଫାଇଲ ଟା ଦେଖିନାହାନ୍ତି
ନା
ନାଇଁ
ନା
सर
ସାର୍ ଆପଣ
नो सर नो सर
ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜେସନ ବିହେଭିୟର ବୁକ୍ ର କୋଉ ଚାପ୍ଟର ଟା ପଢଉଛନ୍ତି ଟିକେ କହିବେ ବହିଟା ଟିକେ
ବହିରୁ ମୁଁ ପଢଉନି
ଆଚ୍ଛା
ମୁଁ
ତଥାପି
ବହିରୁ
କୋଉ
ପଢଉନି
ଚାପ୍ଟର କୋଉ ଟପିକ ଆମେ ପଢୁଛନ୍ତି
यूनिट 2 ଆଜି ଆରମ୍ଭ ହେଲା
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ
ମୋର ସ୍କ୍ରିନ୍ ଟା ସେୟାର ହେଇନି କି
नहीं सर
स्क्रीन शेयर ହେଇଛି सर ସେ जो ସ୍ଲାଇଡ ଟା ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେଇନି जो फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ द इंडिविजुअल बिहेवियर ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି ସେଟା ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେଇନି।
वार्ड फाइल आसुनी कि
नहीं सर डिस्प्ले ହେଇନି
ଆସୁନି ସାର୍ ୱାର୍ଡ
ओके सेटा माने आगुर कहबे ना मु भी टिक कंफ्यूज रहउची ना एबे आसिला कि
ए सर ଆସିଲା
ओके 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 आई एम एक्सट्रीमली सॉरी मु जान नथली मते रिमाइंड कर दउथे मझिरे मझिरे काना मु डे फ्लो रे बुलबाल हे जाउची एनीवेज ଆମର ଲର୍ଣ୍ଣ କ୍ୟାରେକ୍ଟରିଷ୍ଟିକ ଆମେ ଯୋଉ ଏଇଟାକୁ ଦେଖିଲେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲ ବିହେଭିୟର କର୍ଟ ଲେଭିନ୍ କହିଥିଲେ ବିହେଭିୟର ଇଜ ଏ ଫଙ୍କସନ ଅଫ ପର୍ସନ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଏନଭାୟରମେଣ୍ଟ ଆରାଉଣ୍ଡ ହିମ୍ ପର୍ସନ ଇଜ ଦ ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एंड द एनवायरमेंट इज अगेन right from my childhood I have learned a lot of things from my parents, my grandparents, my friends, society around me. Okay, so my behavior is hence accordingly being shaped. आमे कौन characteristics inherit करूछु physical characteristics. Intelligence to somewhat I will say is again inherited. Our gender कौन we are inheriting. Age, religion, all these things are not important. आमे 8 के आस्ते learned characteristics गला learned characteristics रे एटा एबे टिके साइड कर दवा ହେଲା ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଚାରିଟା ଜିନିଷ ଅଛି ଆମ ବିହେଭିୟରରୁ ଆମେ ଏଗୁଡା କୁ ଶିଖୁ परसेप्शन टा ଆମେ ଶିଖୁ କାହିଁକି ଆମେ ସେନ୍ସେସ୍ ରୁ ଟଚ୍ ଫିଲ୍ ଟେଷ୍ଟ ଇୟର we interpreted a lot of things right from our childhood the information which we have which has been fed to us will create a perception in our mind that will shape our value system. It will create a rigid attitude. Example को एबे आसीबा ब्राइब को जदि आमे देखिबा ए एग्जांपल टा आपण काइंडली देखंतु ब्राइब को जदि आमे देखुचे ब्राइब टा ठीक ना भूल
It's wrong, sir. Bull, sir.
wrong so it is actually not according to the societal norms as well as not according to the ethics एई दीटा को से जिंसटा कोन करूची मो वैल्यू सिस्टम रे एथिक्स और सोसाइटल नॉर्म्स को विरुद्ध रे जाउची ब्राइब ब्राइब एई जार आ गुटे जिंस हम लिखि देबी फेवरिटिज्म स्पेलिंग भूल ही थाई पारे हला सो फेवरिटिज्म बहुत जगह रे हुए ऑफिस रे भी होउची हमर स्कूल कॉलेज सब आडे फेवरिटिज्म होउची एटा ठीक ना भूल एटा
Wrong,
ठीक
sir.
ना भूल
Wrong, sir.
जदि वो परसेप्शन रे मु जानिली कि फेवरिटिज्म इज अनएथिकल so for that what will be my attitude
It must be negative.
कोटा करिवो तमे नेगेटिव एटीट्यूड रहइबो ना पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड रहइबो
Negative, sir.
Negative.
negative so apart from all these things मु जहा मोरो पिला बलठू and whatever I have learned in my life till date what is personality को आमे कोन कहि परिया पर्सनालिटी बहुत प्रकार पर्सनालिटी अच्छी बेसिकली our personality will either be pleasant or rough rough pleasant bane I am a person who will forgo everything rough hela at times I will be reactive ହେଲା ଏଇ ଜାଗାରେ ଆମେ ଏକ୍ସଟ୍ରୋଭର୍ଟ ଇଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଭର୍ଟ ଗୁଡାଏ ଜିନିଷ ଆମେ ଫଲୋ ରେ ପଢିବା କିନ୍ତୁ ମୁଁ ତମକୁ ଜଷ୍ଟ ଗୋଟେ ସିମ୍ପଲ ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ରେ ବୁଝେଇଲି କି ପରସେପସନ ଟା କଣ ଆମ ଭ୍ୟାଲ୍ୟୁ ସିଷ୍ଟମ ତାକୁ କେମିତି is it acceptable to me or is it ethically not acceptable to me so for that जदि मु ब्राइब रे देखुची सेतर मो वैल्यू सिस्टम कोन करूची से मते कहूची इट इज बैड और गुड और व्हाट then I have an attitude towards it, positive or negative. So for example, I say a particular brand. I have a very bad experience with a particular brand. ମୋ value system କହୁଛି କି ନାହିଁ once bitten twice shy. Once bitten twice shy basically means that if I am hurt once, I have a very bad experience, I will never turn back to that particular brand again. So my attitude for that particular brand will be negative. ବୁଝିପାରିଲେ? Hence,
Yes, sir.
it is again going to shape my personality. Personality is always, say for example, it is summation. ମୁଁ ଆକୁ କହିବି summation of our perception, attitude and value system. But again it is ତମର personality ଟା କୋଉ ଟାଇପ ର, which is what you display. Overall ତମ କୋଉ ଟାଇପ ର ଲୋକ, ତମେ ଦୁନିଆକୁ କଣ ଦେଖଉଛ, that is your personality. You love being an extrovert, you love being a person who wants to be accepted in society, so that is your personality. It is a summation of all your values, attitudes, whatever, emotions को ଆମେ taken to club together, that is a personality. Clear? ଆଜି ପାଇଁ ଏତିକି ଯେତିକି ଆମେ କଭର କଲେ କ୍ଲିୟର ହେଲା? yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Any questions? Question ଅଛି ଯଦି ପଚାରନ୍ତୁ, ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ 2 ମିନିଟ୍ ଟାଇମ୍ ଦେଲି, ତା ବାଦରେ ଆମେ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରିବା ନୂଆ ସ୍ଲାଇଡ୍. Any questions? Okay, moving on. Perception, personality and emotion. ଆମେ ଏଇ ସ୍ଲାଇଡରୁ perception ପଢିବା, personality ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ସ୍ଲାଇଡରୁ ପଢିବା, କାହିଁକିନା ଏଟା theory ବହୁତ ଅଳ୍ପ ଦେଇଛି. Anyways, what is perception? A process by which individuals organize and interpret their sensory impressions in order to give meaning to their environment. ଆମେ ଆମର ଯୋଉ sensory input ରହୁଛି, we can see, we can touch, we can smell, we can feel. Okay, all these things are information gathered through our sensory organs and sent to our brain, and so that our brain can interpret it and store it in such a way that is again understandable to us. କାଲିକୁ କଣ ସେଇ ଜିନିଷଟା କଣ ବୁଝିବାକୁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କଲେ I can understand it. Why is it important? Because people's behavior is based on their perception of what reality is and not on reality itself. Why is this sentence? What is this sentence saying? More reality कौन and not reality. What is the difference in this? What reality is and not on reality itself. मानने कौन? Who can explain me this thing? People's behavior is based on their perception of what reality is and not reality itself. मानने कौन? Yes. Anyone?
Sir, it is saying that what means the perception is what people believes and they thinks that it is reality, but that is not actually reality.
Example ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ନା, ଏଇଟା ତ ଆପଣ ସେ word to word ଲେଖିଦେବେ exam ରେ, ତା understanding କଣ? ଆପଣ କଣ ବୁଝିଲେ ଏଇ ଲାଇନ୍ ସେଇଟା କୁହନ୍ତୁ, ମୁଁ ସେଇଟା ପଚାରୁଛି.
Sometimes we draw perception about particular colleague or co-worker without knowing the person from the very close environment. The moment we meet or talk or discuss or spend more time with that individual, we come to know a different aspect of that individual. So in that case, we draw a perception which was not correct, but the moment after spending some time talking, mixing with that individual, we draw another like a aspect of that or character of that individual. We come to know. So that's a difference between reality and not reality.
I like this answer is but the correct answer. So এটা ମୁଁ short ରେ କଣ କହିବି? Don't judge a book by its cover. ଏୟା ତ? Don't judge a book by its cover ମାନେ କଣ? ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲ କୁ ଆଉ ତାର ବିହେଭିୟର କୁ ଆପଣ ଏତେ ସିମ୍ପଲିଷ୍ଟିକାଲି ଜଜ୍ କରିପାରିବେନି। ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ମିନ୍ସ ୟୁ କ୍ୟାନଟ୍ ବି ଜଜମେଣ୍ଟାଲ। ଯଦି ଆମେ ଏଇଟାକୁ ସିଚୁଏସନାଲ ବେସ୍ରେ ଧରିବା, ଯୋଉ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଫ୍ରେଣ୍ଡ ଜଣେ ଏଇ ଆନ୍ସରଟା ଦେଲେ, ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ ଦି କରେକ୍ଟ ଆନ୍ସର। ଆଇ କ୍ୟାନଟ୍ ଜଜ୍ ଏ ପର୍ସନ or assess the person is so and so on a particular kind of formal structure. I have to understand why a person is behaving in a way as he is. ମୋର ଜଣେ ମାନେ ଆପଣମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରୁ ଜଣେ ଫ୍ରେଣ୍ଡ କହିଲେ କି ସାର୍ ଗୋଟେ ଲୋକ ଡେରିରେ ଆସୁଛି ଅଫିସକୁ and it has become a habit. And in depth ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଛୁ କି the person is having parents at home and he is taking care of them and so that he is coming late. Hence ଆମେ ଯଦି କହିବା our perception may not always be 100% correct. That is what this sentence says. We have to dig a bit deeper, understand the person, understand the intent so that we can get a clearer picture. First impression lasts long ସେଇ concept କୁ ଗଲେ ଆଜିକା ଡେଟ୍ରେ କାମ ହଉନି. We have to understand why a particular person is behaving in a particular way. We have to go inside. As HRM manager, we have to think of it from all angles. ସିଏ ଏଇ type of behavior କଣ ପାଇଁ display କରୁଛି? Where is the problem? Is it internal within the organization or ଘରୁ ତାର କିଛି problem ଅଛି? Where is the issue? The world as it is perceived is the world that is behaviorally important. Next story कौन? Why we study perceptions? We study this topic to better understand how people make attributions about events. Or our attribution माने कौन? What do we mean by attribution? Yes. We don't see reality, we interpret what we see and we call it reality. The attribution process guides our behavior regardless of the truth of attribution. What is attribution? Anyone?
Characterize.
And what example ଏଥିରେ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ? What is attribution? Attribute कौन?
Sir, contribution toward a certain thing.
सेटा contribution towards a thing को ଆମେ attribution କହିବା. What is attribution? କୁହନ୍ତୁ. What is attribution?
Attribution can attitude.
Attitude. Okay. एटीट्यूड रे हमें कौन हमर एटीट्यूड होची जो एग्जांपल टा मु देइथिली वर्ड फाइल रो सेटा आपण मन देखिले एबे ई साइट टा देखुचंदी एतर मु एटीट्यूड को एटीट्यूड रे कौन कहिथिली
Attitude can be behavioral reflection.
नहीं नहीं एटीट्यूड इज बिहेवियरल सेटा ठीक अछि ता बात रे एटीट्यूड मु केमनी फॉर्म करूछ एट्रीब्यूट टा कौन
learned characteristics କହିଥିଲେ sir
Sir, expressing one's thoughts.
मैं देखो attribute attitude is something which is again a displayed behavior of an individual. Attribution होची गोटे perception रा concept कहूची कि एइटा पाई कि एइटा हैला cause and effect से लोको is unethical, that particular person is a lazy person, hence we are not able to achieve our target. It attribution.
So is it basically assumption?
It is assumption Muhammad. You are concrete about it. You take it as a fact that a person who is not working, a part of your team member, is responsible for the failure of the group to achieve the target. Point ta buzuchandi ki?
Yes, sir.
When it may be wrong, ei jagar se sei jinso ta kohuchi, your attribution, man coming to a conclusion that particular thing is caused by that particular person may be wrong. But I as an individual, I have concluded कि सेही लोकटा पाएंगे हमर कामटा ही पर एट्रिब्यूशन कोन बुझी परचंती ए यार एटीट्यूड को कोन कहि मु परसीव करली कि ए पर्टिकुलर इंडिविजुअल इन माय ग्रुप is a lazy person, so my interaction, my attitude, my interactions towards that person will be low or will be a maximum. कौन हो सेटा मु ता सहित खुलके कथार्ता हेबी ना आई विल कीप ए रिजर्व डिस्टेंस टू दैट पर्सन कोंदु
ସେଇଟା ଯାହାର ମନ ହବ ଏବେ ସରି ଫର ଦ ଜୋକ୍ ସାର୍ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ମୁଁ ଯାଉଥିଲି ଏଇ ଟପିକରେ ମୁଁ ଦେଖିଲି ଇଣ୍ଟରନାଲ ଅଛି ସେନ୍ସରୀ ପରସେପସନ ଷ୍ଟିମୁଲି ପରସେପସନ ଏକ୍ସଟର୍ନାଲ ସାର୍ କ୍ୟାନ୍ ଜଷ୍ଟ ଏଇ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ ପରେ ଆପଣ ଟିକେ ଗୋଟେ ଡିସକସ କରିପାରିବେ କି
ଆପଣ ବହି ସହିତ ଯଦି ମୋର ପାଠକୁ କମ୍ପେୟାର କରି ଆଇ ଏମ୍ ନଟ୍ ଗୋଇଂ ଆକର୍ଡିଂ ଟୁ ବୁକ୍ ଆଇ ଏମ୍ ଟେଲିଂ ୟୁ अगेन एंड अगेन बही is for you to learn. I am not responsible to teach you line by line according to book. I am sorry to say that. I am here to only make you understand the overall concepts. ଆପଣ କହିବେ ବହିରେ ଲାଇନ୍ ଟୁ ଲାଇନ୍ ସାର୍ ପଢାନ୍ତୁ ଏଇଟା ମତେ ପଢାନ୍ତୁ then what will you do?
ନା ସାର୍ ସେମିତି ଆପଣ ବୋଧେ ଓଲଟା ଭାବିଲେ ମୁଁ ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ମୋର କିଛି ଡାଉଟ୍ସ ଅଛି ସେଇଥିଲାଗି ମୁଁ ପଚାରିଲି ଡାଉଟ୍ସ କହିଲେ
କଣ ଆପଣ ଡାଉଟ୍ ଅଛି ପଚାରନ୍ତୁ
ଆମେ ଯେମିତି ପରସେପସନ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଆମେ ଇଣ୍ଟରନାଲି ବହି ଛାଡ଼ନ୍ତୁ ଗୋଟେ ନର୍ମାଲ ସିନାରିଓକୁ ନିଅନ୍ତୁ ବହୁତ ଡେ ଟୁ ଡେ କେସରେ ଆମେ ଯେତେ ବି ଟ୍ରାଏ କରନ୍ତି ଏ ପରସେପସନ ସବୁବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ ଅଟୋମେଟିକ ହେଇଯାଏ ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ ଷ୍ଟଡି ରିସର୍ଚ୍ଚରେ ମୁଁ ପଢିଥିଲି ଗୋଟେ 14 ରୁ 20 ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଭିତରେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଲୋକକୁ ଦେଖିଲେ ଯେକୌଣସି ସେମ୍ ଜେଣ୍ଡର ହଉ ଅପୋଜିଟ୍ ଜେଣ୍ଡର ହଉ ଦେयर ଇଜ ଆଇଦର ପଜିଟିଭ ପରସେପସନ अबाउट दैट candidate or a persons or negative person who used to create inside our mind. So according to that only, not only it depends on the person, every event situation, आम मुंडे गोटे परसेप्शन आसे आम गोटे मीटिंग के जाइछंती हाँ 5-10 मिनिट भितर गोटे लोकर आसी हाँ ये मीटिंग टा मते इंटरेस्ट आछि मते करिवार अछि करिवार नाही ये मीटिंग रे मु अटेंटिव होवार अछि सब इवेंट इवन इफ आमे एठी बसिचंती भल लागोनी आमे खोली कि यूट्यूब स्टेटस देखुचंती मते भल फील होनी कि गोटे एनवायरनमेंट रे बसिचंती नॉर्मल गोटे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने गोटे टीम की मोटिवेशन करिवारे हमको लागुची ए जो जिंस गुडा को आमे केमती एनहांस करि परियो मु सेहितला पचाउची गोटे परसेप्शन गोटे एम्प्लॉय जॉइन करची ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने ताकू आमे कोन एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर इंटरनल फैक्टर को केमिति कोन चेंज करि परिबा कि आमे कोन गोटे फ्रेमवर्क बनै परिबा जोटले सब बळे पॉजिटिव परसेप्शन रहइबो
मु आपनको सेई टूल्स और मेथोडोलॉजी पढ़ाई ना मु आपनको खाली परसेप्शन कांसेप्ट टा पढ़ाउछ
परसेप्शन कांसेप्ट मते लागुची बोधे हम अभी तो समस्त बुझी गलेन परसेप्शन कांसेप्ट
जदी बुझी गलेन देन व्हाई शुड आई कंटिन्यू शुड आई
नहीं माने
कंटिन्यू और नॉट
मु
नहीं लेट अस
पचार
टेक ए नहीं मिस्टर दास लेट अस टेक ए कॉमन कंसेंसस आपण भी अछनी मु भी अछि let us take a common consensus. If people are understanding according to you, then why should I continue?
नहीं
And
सर
what you are asking me is tell you the
अपन
tools
सर
how
आखिर
to utilize that.
रिजिड किछि अबार नहीं मु
नहीं नहीं
पचार
सुनंतु
नॉर्मली
सत्य
अपन
बाबू
कहि परिबे नहीं
नहीं नहीं एटा rigid हबार नहीं. What you are asking me is the
मु
practical
अपन गोटे
tools to do
जनरल
it.
क्वेश्चन पचारछि आज एमबीए लेक्चरर अपन एमती आंसर देवार माने कोन सर एटा बहुत भलो
ठीक
फील
अछि
करू
let us then let us I will
नहीं
also
लेट्स
discuss this
टेक ए
with Sujit
कॉल
sir.
माने कोन सर
नहीं नहीं
एक्चुअली यार
सुनंतु
मीनिंग कोन सर
आपनकर क्वेश्चन
मु
टा
अपन गोटे भलो क्वेश्चन पचारछि जोटा
आपनको
नॉर्मल
तो
डे
मु
टू
भी
डे
इंसल्ट करूनी आपनको तो मु इंसल्ट
मते
कले
फील होला
किछि
सर
कहूनी
इंसल्ट भलिया
ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଲାଗିଲା
सॉरी
ଯେମିତି
सर
ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଏଇଟା ଇନସଲ୍ଟ ଭଳିଆ ଲାଗିଲା କଣଟା ମୁଁ
କିଛି
ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଇନସଲ୍ଟ
ପଢଉଛନ୍ତି
କଲି ଆପଣ ମତେ ଯୋଉ ଜିନିଷ ଗୁଡା ପଚାରୁଛନ୍ତି ସେଇଟା ପ୍ରାକ୍ଟିକାଲ ଜିନିଷ ନା ନାହିଁ ମୁଁ
थैंक
ଆପଣ
यू सर
କନସେପ୍ଟ
आपण
ବୁଝେଇଲି ନା
कंटिन्यू
ପ୍ରାକ୍ଟିକାଲ
करंतु
ଜିନିଷ
क्लास मु ड्रॉप करि जाउ
ସେଇଟା ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଚଏସ୍ ଫର ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଆଇ ଏମ୍ ନଟ୍ ରେସ୍ପନ୍ସିବଲ ୟୁ ଡ୍ରପ୍ ୟୁ ଜଏନ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ ଅପ୍ ଟୁ ୟୁ
सर आप कंटिन्यू करो
ନାଇଁ ଥାଉ ଆଜି ଏତିକି ରହିଗଲା ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଟାଇମ୍ ବି ହେଲାଣି ବୋଧେ ନୂଆ ଟିଚର କିଏ ଆସିବେ